Gentlemen,
That's right.
We got numbers.
Very, very unusual Tuesday night podcast, episode number 528. Light 'em up, boys.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I got to get that over here. I wasn't prepared. I was too busy doing
Proper
things.
tinkling of the French toast whiskey here.
Oh, there we go. So
No, hold on. Hold on. I failed last week because of a bad card, so to make up for it, hold on one second here. We're just going to start off.
Yeah, Tanuki-san.
Tanuki-san. Yes, Tanuki-san. Yes. Delightful. And I will start by saying that I am not drinking Shanky's Whip tonight.
Let's get rid of this fucking hat.
Thanks to... Hold on.
Settle down.
Oh, right. Thanks to...
New sponsor.
To my immediate left...
Sean Noel.
And Sean, because we know nobody rode a motorcycle here tonight because it's crap out. What did you bring us tonight, Sean?
What did I bring as far as in the glass, you mean?
That's what's in my glass.
That's what's in the glass. It is Uncle Charlie's French toast whiskey.
Because now, literally, the naming of beverages has become who can out-quaint each other.
Right.
And it literally has the cinnamon French toast, the cinnamon toast crunch font.
Lightly co-opted.
Yeah.
And it does, and I will say this, as a fucking enjoyer of cinnamon toast crunch,
Right?
I'm going to tell you that they nailed it.
They nailed
You've
it.
trained the
They got
audience to worship Shanky's, and now you're letting them down.
Oh, yeah,
I had
yeah,
to-
right.
I had to throw a wrench in it.
Look.
Starry-eyed falconry.
They live in harmony.
Oh, they do live in harmony. They are so perfect for each other.
Right.
And that is totally...
One's a little country, one's a little rock and roll.
And yes, and on this one, I can taste the fake maple syrup.
Oh, totally.
Absolutely.
It's almost like Shanky's meant Fireball.
It is. There's a little bit of that going on there, too. Absolutely. And Dave Swanson. Good evening, gentlemen. You too, John.
Dude, Tuesdays might be the day.
I've been called many things, but gentleman's never been one.
Gentleman.
There are people piling in.
They're
tonight.
piling in, man. We got people all
I
over
will
the
say,
place.
as a very quick note, the one thing that I forgot to bring would be rum chata, because that's kind of like a
Seasonal.
a shoe-in.
Right, for this time of the year.
I have 2 bottles of Coquita in the pipeline.
Oh, you do? Very nicely executed, sir. And to his left, we have...
Steve with a brand new tag over here for anytime we talk about something. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Fog carburetors.
you
That's
go.
right.
That's it.
Story of my week. As I'm about to install my second carburetor on my snowblowers.
There you have it.
Right?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So in that case, we see
Yeah.
when you talk about it.
Fog
there you go.
carburetors.
There you have it.
Exactly.
All right.
And to his immediate left, we have... Oh, my
Hold on.
God. Wait,
Johnny
go to the
Mac
Johnny
Cam.
Cam.
Yes.
Johnny Cam. Johnny Cam. Fuck that carburetor. Yeah. And then to his left, fucking a carburetor, is...
Johnny Mac.
Thank you very much, Johnny Mac. And behind the bar tonight,
Tom Pennington.
Tom Pennington.
And look, it says, let's see, just a little B&E. So you take 2 parts of this French toast whiskey, a small spoonful of bacon jam, which everybody has.
Oh, doesn't everyone have bacon jam?
A little bit of lemon juice, an egg white, shake with ice, and serve with crispy bacon.
With crispy bacon. There you go.
And it's breakfast.
And it's breakfast in a bottle. Wow. Yeah, that is fierce. That'll turn you off.
and it is gluten-free. Perfect.
Right. That is the kind of thing that'll just make you be like, come on, Bloody Mary who? Yeah.
Don't know her.
Don't know her. Never met her.
No, we do, because we play the golf game. I can't remember what it is. The
Golden Tee. Yeah, Golden Tee.
And so whenever you get a hole in one, you have to buy shots.
I hope he's serious.
and so I think it's one shot of Jameson's and 1 part of orange juice. And it's called the breakfast shot. No, I think there's a schnapps involved.
It seems like there
Butterscotch
should be.
schnapps.
At least
Just
a
as
maple.
well. Yeah.
But I think it is butterscotch.
Butterscotch
schnapps.
That makes sense.
And orange
especially
juice.
since I know
And
where you play Golden Tee.
Exactly.
And that's pretty high living on that bar. Yeah. You're like,
And
3 ingredients?
it's like breakfast.
Whoa, $16. Yeah. Yeah, that bar is not a fancy bar.
No.
Yeah, not at all.
Not Royal Hopper.
And that's how I know that they have butterscotch schnapps.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably go through quite a rip of butterscotch schnapps at that bar. Oh, you want another slippery nipple? Okay. Yeah. They're probably right on top of that. So, yeah, so small podcast tonight because I'm doing an away mission actually on Thursday night. So my away mission is going to be Dr. Waters has to go down to Columbus, our capital, for some actual state education-based training, right? And so since she's going to be doing that, I'm going to be down there, and I actually have some customers' bikes I'm going to pick up and bring them to the shop for service because there's, Caitlin closed down her shop, Capital City Scooters, and they were kind of my, what do you want to call that? they were my ambassadorship. Like they were my secret southern location for all the people we sold bikes to out of Columbus, that when they took them to the big cycle dealership in town, hey, you know, that was very nice of you to take the $8,000 and give me that Vespa. Now would you like to work on it for me? Yeah, no, we really don't want to work on that. Because they sell 18 different lines of bikes and they just can't be asked. So we've had some people say like, oh, I didn't get treated very well when I went in there with my Vespa for like a Vespa kind of service. And so we were sending everybody to Capital City because they're not a Vespa dealer, but Chris is a damn good mechanic.
Yeah.
And so what we're going down there to pick up a couple of bikes for service and get them the work they need.
So is Crystal wrenching or no?
Chris is wrenching, but he's wrenching somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, it's out of somewhere else.
It's
I
just,
thought.
it's not Capital City Scooters in any way, shape,
yeah.
or related.
It's really sad to see all this going down because I posted that thing on the chat from Scootique. Those guys
Yeah.
are like, hey, if you need anything, come see us.
Sportique in Denver.
Sorry,
yeah, Sportique in Denver. And
Yeah.
that shop's been around longer than I've been around. So that shop's
Not
like
looking for
30 years old.
donations. Just help.
Just
throw
buy
it-
shit.
Buy some shit.
Yeah, buy some shit. You need a quart of oil? This would be a good time to buy it.
Yeah.
Right? And they're experiencing a lot of motorcycle industry right now. And, you know, you don't have to look too far. People are having trouble paying their fucking... The guys that used to shop at Giant Eagle, or guys that used to shop at Heinen's, now shop at Giant Eagle. The guys that used to shop at Giant Eagle, they all shop at Aldi now. Yeah. And now the people that are shopping at Aldi are like, wow, I can't afford motorcycle shit.
Where is the closest Save-A-Lot?
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that's about it. When you're buying your groceries at the dollar store, things are not going well for you.
Dollar General is the
What
bottom of
is
the barrel.
what is the proof on that French toast shit?
Not much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably in the 40 percentile category, maybe less. I mean, it's shelf stable, so
70 proof.
yeah, so 35% alcohol.
Is that a cordial?
That's Shanky's.
That's kind of in a cordial range, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the neighborhood.
Safe
Is
for
it
cordial.
is it ice cream worthy, John?
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Dude, if
100%.
I had vanilla ice cream upstairs,
Yeah,
I would
come
pour this over it. Actually, I would
There's some
pour,
in the freezer right now.
I would pour.
Right.
Well, I can't have that one.
Oh, okay.
That's me.
all right.
But if you guys want it, I'll get you a bowl.
We're good.
Wait,
Yeah,
that's
have
good.
at it.
Is that a different thing?
Dress
So
it up.
does that make your like what happens if you eat ice cream?
Dairy.
You know that farting contest you two had a couple of weeks ago?
Tom would win.
I would win.
Yeah, that would be a lot.
Yeah, that's
We
the way
would
it
not
works.
have the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, but that might be pretty fucking amusing to see.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah. So Redonk, you guys remember Redonk? Redonk has said, I found a new credit card and I'm back in. So we have a new patron, but he's not a new patron. He's an old Patreon.
Wait, hold on. Is it his credit card?
I don't know.
No, we don't
Well,
care.
we don't ask
it
that
went
question.
through.
Yeah, we don't ask this question.
Yeah.
It cleared. Shut up.
So there you go. What do we care? It went through. Yeah, that's cool. We don't have any problem with that at all. And Tony Summerscales, we all know Tony Summerscales, and he says, "Where's me fucking books? It's been over a year since you said you'd send it, but nothing. Great podcast as always. Keep up the good work, Tony. I've already forwarded this over to Renee so that she can make sure you get your fucking box. And a little bit about that. Why I wanted to bring that up is because Greg Childs, okay, and Greg Childs is one of our guys who, you know, he's that, you know, KTM 500 guy. Like he's legit. He's a legit dude, man. He's all over it, and he's got a Ulysses, you know, one of those guys, right? And so what he said is, remember when we mentioned, hello, I was just checking my Patreon email since I heard Phil mention that a reason for not seeing a gift box show up is that you might have an anonymous email. It looks like my email shows up on his side, but not on my side. You're right, Greg. I looked it up. So I thought I would check since I haven't seen a box in a long time. If Renee can't see my email, and he gives us his actual email. So yay, thank you guys. You're learning the rules, you're speaking up, and we're going to reward you with boxes.
You know,
and that's pretty cool.
My box viewing really went down after I got married. Really.
What is funny is we've had
In-person box viewing, at least.
No, yeah, you know.
one of our podcast members, one of our Patreon members, who says, "Hey, man, you know, it's been a long time. I'm not trying to be greedy or anything, but I'm pretty sure I need a Tanuki to annoy my wife. So, yeah, Bone, because Bone, yeah, we're going to send you a fucking Tanuki because if you need a Tanuki to annoy your wife, then yes, we're definitely going to make sure that you get one. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's
And
all
it's
good.
a conversation piece. Has not been a person to my house
That hasn't talked
friend,
about?
family, or foe that has not asked, what is that on your mantle up there? Because I have it displayed prominently on the mantle.
They call that displaying it pride of place.
Right.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
And I get to tell him.
Literally on your mantle.
And then I can take him to my live Tanuki. And
So we had some kitty cats running around. We have one of our neighbor cats, this Calico. She's had some kittens, and they're adorable little black kittens.
Oh.
And they're running around my backyard, setting up my motion sensors constantly.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to take one of my Blink cameras and put it outside in the back patio and make a cat box. One of those insulated, totes. So I throw that back there, and I'm like, in my neighborhood, these are probably indoor-outdoor cats. Like, these cats are probably getting 3 squares. Like 3 hots and a cot, probably, but they're just allowed to roam the neighborhood.
they're just putting leather on the
Yeah,
weekends.
they are.
got their Harleys, but they're dentist cats during the week.
Exactly, during the week. Yeah. Like, look, we're renegade rogue neighborhood
It was
cats.
like the one time Garfield found his way into the hood.
I'm a tough guy. Any lasagna? So I've been throwing a couple of snackies out there, leftovers and whatnot. Well, last night I had the 2 fattest raccoons I've ever seen in my life visit my little cat feeding area in my patio.
Yeah.
And I got them on the webcam. And the funny thing is, when the webcam turns on, when the motion sensor picks up, there must be a little tiny click that happens inside the machine.
I got the blinks too. They click.
Yeah, and there's a little click.
They go-
So when they click, both the raccoons look over at the camera as though they're posing for their glamour shots. It's fucking awesome, man. It's adorable.
I want to see it.
And they must be able to see the infrared when the infrared goes on.
Oh, yeah.
Because their visual spectrum's a little different than ours. And it was just funny because I was like, oh, there's motion detector in your backyard. And I have a screenshot of these 2 raccoons looking at me like, whoa!
My little buddy has very different vision from ours as
Yeah.
well.
he might be able to hear the snap,
Yeah.
but he ain't looking at the snap. Yeah, that's a real thing too. So there is a message that we did get from one of our Patreons, Charles Dallahan.
We jumped right into housekeeping.
We're housekeeping.
I like this.
Right,
This
let's
is
take
nice.
care of some
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
man. Let's
It's
take care of some
Tuesday. That's
stuff.
what it's for.
Yeah.
So a lot of you know, or maybe you don't know, that you can get a Montana license plate for your vehicle, even if your vehicle doesn't have a title.
Yep.
Okay? This is the 13th step of the 12-step program. So if you've tried or you decided, I like this motorcycle, but I don't like it enough to spend $400 with Saints engine or Saints title down in Chattanooga, I don't want to give Joe Casola $400 to get me a title. I just want to be able to drive it. Well, yeah, with Montana, you can actually get a Montana registration, because Montana is one of those tax haven places that doesn't care about, charging you property tax or, go ahead.
Right. No,
Yeah.
but dude, this is crazy you brought this up. Mm-hmm. So that YouTuber dude, Whistling Diesel, he's getting fucking, he got arrested for tax evasion because of Montana.
Yep.
Well,
He bought
no-
a fucking Ferrari through there. And I think what happened is since it blew up and caught on fire and burned down, I don't think he ever registered it or something, so he never paid the sales tax.
Rip.
So they're getting him for tax evasion. But it came through, at that point, everybody started talking about Montana and how it's like a place where all rich guys that buy like Ferraris and
If
Lamborghinis
you
and
ever
stuff do it
see
through
a
there 'cause there's no
Rolls
fucking
Royce
taxes.
in traffic, it will probably have a Montana plate.
Depending on where you live. Yeah, absolutely. And especially if you live in somewhere like Los Angeles or Vegas, where they hit you real hard for the luxury tax on those vehicles.
Yeah.
So I just thought, for the sake of fun, because they are cracking down on this and they are trying to close some loopholes. Here's the code, the way they have it written. You cannot get a Montana title without paying the tax if the vehicle is primarily used in another state that charges sales tax. That's what Whistling Diesel got wrapped up in, because he lives in a state that definitely charges sales tax.
Tennessee.
Okay? Now, if you're going to be using that vehicle in Montana, that's fine. And you don't have to pay tax on it because you're Montana, right? But if you're going to be using the vehicle in a state that does charge sales tax, which is a lot of them, probably most, if not all of them, okay? Forming a Montana LLC is a legal way to avoid Montana sales tax on a vehicle, but this is only legitimate if the vehicle is actually garaged in Montana. Many states have their own laws that require you to register a car in your home state, regardless of your LLC's location. If you're living in Ohio right now, you should be paying attention to that. Okay? So it literally says, if you are residing in Ohio or Florida, right, then you cannot register the car in the location of your LLC because you don't reside there, okay? And they are working on it, and I promise you it's happening. Okay, so ADV Dad 1129 says hello from Townsville, Queensland, Australia. Yeah.
The city of Townsville.
Again, yes, the town of Citiesville.
The town of
No.
Citiesville.
Ooh, he's in the future. What's the winning lottery ticket for tonight?
Yes, please.
Fill me in
So
on the
just
Ohio
get the
lottery.
Powerball.
It's
Just
like
the
so-
350 mil. I'll
So-
split it.
Talking about that, when I moved from West Virginia to Baltimore, I had a little GeoPrism, little Toyota Corolla.
Oh my God, me too. I had one.
And I had a West Virginia tag on the back of it. And there was a cop that parked at the end of the street next to the apartment complex I lived in. And on day 31,
He was ready for you.
he was ready for me.
He was ready for
Because
you.
that was his job, was to make sure that everybody in that apartment complex was compliant. And he knew that my plate was 31 days because you have 30 days to register.
Yeah. And here's one of the reasons why a lot of people have noticed that they're getting very angry fucking letters, because it turns out automated license plate readers.
Yep.
So automated license plate readers are tracking vehicles that are not registered in their home state. And they are sharing this information with the home state.
Oh.
So this way, if Montana says, we're not getting our tax money, and Georgia says, we're not getting our tax money, then one of those two states is going to be like, well, one of us should be getting the tax money on that Bentley, on that Ferrari.
Why shouldn't I prosper?
Right.
Don't they make sort of like license
shouldn't I
plates?
prosper?
Don't they make like license plate covery flash over things
There's
to,
an entire industry based on it.
devoted to not being able to flash that shit?
My favorite one in the world is a remote control magnetic leaf. So they have a device you put behind your license plate, and there is you buy the leafs independently. The leafs are magnetized. The leaf goes on your license plate, so you can't read a whole digit of your license plate. And then when the cop pulls you over because your plate's obscured, and you walk back to the back, you press the button on the remote, and the leaf magically falls off the plate.
Right.
That's about the only thing I could think of that would do that.
Oh, we were at the one podcast and the guy was cutting out sheets. It was a sticker you could put over one of your things that would flash out the thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if it would work for that, though.
It's when the system used to be that all of those cameras, Gatsos type cameras, had a flash that went along with it. Having a transparent reflective sheeting would do a great job of fucking with the camera because of the flash. But thanks to camera technology now, they don't have to have the flash. They're all mostly infrared now, even in the daylight hours, which means they don't need the flash anymore. And so all those Fresnel lenticular style covers, they don't work anymore. You know, you just get a picture that works like the person was standing there looking at it.
Well, and then now they got facial recognition, so they'll just look through the windshield and be like, "Oh, that's Bob."
Yeah, that's
Jones
Bob.
Anyways,
Right.
yeah.
If you're not super tinted.
The New Orleans workaround is a temp tag from Mississippi.
That's another,
That you literally print off the internet.
Sure, yeah.
It's a paper tag.
Yeah. And there's this website called $49 Montana Registered Agent. And I like the way you're just putting that right out there. Like $49 Montana Registered Agent. So like, in case you were wondering what this is going to cost.
Sister to marriedinlasvegas.com.
Yeah, married in divorced in Las Vegas.com.
Look, having been
Same website.
having been to Montana, there are only 1,000 people in that entire state.
Yeah, I mean,
And there are
right.
40,000 cars registered.
I understand. Right. That had to be the giveaway, right? Boy, there should be a lot more traffic in Montana. Right. There should also be a lot more Bentley and Ferrari and Rolls-Royce dealers in Montana, considering they're all registered there, right? We've done our market research.
There's a lot like everybody always talks about Texas and how big Texas is. And Texas is big.
Yeah.
But Montana, there is so much space between civilization, it's ridiculous.
Oh, population density.
Montana's long.
Downtown Montana, all it is farms, right?
Right.
Dudes fucking
I like
pick
that
up
downtown
trucks.
I like
Montana.
this. There's no city there. It's just
but
downtown
no,
Montana.
what I'm saying is like the people though. It's like
You know,
you know
town
what I'm saying?
square.
Like,
It's like you go into Bozeman, there's like
Right.
4 people.
but what I'm saying is because of the data they're getting from
Right.
all the people registering,
yeah.
all the ads everywhere are probably like, "Have you touched a Ferrari? Will complete your life." Like everything's high end.
I'm just thinking that
for these dudes that are just normal guys driving around, like what the fuck?
there's a
the
guy
hell's
who
all this
got
shit?
off the plane in Billings from Ferrari being like, they told me to open a dealership here.
Oh right.
And I don't see anything but ATVs and side-by-sides and horses, right?
The prancing horses.
The driver that drove the car literally lived in a fifth wheel camper and talked about how it got down to minus 30 degrees. And I was like, why the fuck do you live here? And he's like, well, because Virginia sucked. And I went, and you live in minus 30 degrees? What the fuck is wrong with you?
There is, and I nailed it when I said it. I kind of was guessing. I wasn't sure. But Billings is the biggest city in Montana. And it's 117,000 people, which is like...
That's a decent city. But,
I think Charleston.
That's Mentor plus 50%.
I was going to say, that's a Cleveland suburb.
It's not like a one light bulb town.
No, not at all. But it doesn't.
It could be a very dense 117.
It doesn't rate having 90% of the Ferraris registered in the United States being there.
Wow, how many Bentleys live in this
I was thinking
town?
about that. Like if they did open that dealership, it'd be like that art installation of that Prada store in the middle of the fucking desert.
In the
But,
desert.
yeah.
Right.
Or the Billings sign falls off and it says Stepford underneath.
Absolutely. They announced the Rally Dakar. So the Rally Dakar, or Dakar Rally, depending on where you are.
Rally Dakar.
Rally de Dakar. Well, I'm happy to announce, or unhappy to announce, that the event this year, January as always, is not going to be anywhere near Dakar. Oh. It's not.
I wonder where they parked Dakar.
I can tell you where they've parked Dakar this year. So this year they've parked Dakar in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, my.
Oh, well,
That's
I
a
can't
ways.
imagine. I wonder why. Money, money, money. Nobody wants to spend any money in Africa. I mean, South Moscow now. They are pretty much interested in doing it in other places. And the Saudi royal family was like, can we make Riyadh a stop? And they sure can. In fact, they put the rest day there. So the rest day right in the middle of the race is in Riyadh. So that's going to be an interesting Dakar, especially when they get around Yambu, because that's where all the special stages are going to be this year. So if you like Dakar like I like Dakar, having the entire thing being in Saudi Arabia, it also might reduce the number of, say, Dakar vehicles that are just randomly fucking stolen and hijacked and pirated on the side of the road.
Well, and think with all the
Or
money, like,
riders getting murdered.
and those guys down there, all the sheiks and everybody like that, they like to show off, so they think the coverage is going to be fucking insane.
Oh, you bet your ass
Well,
it is.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
they're kind of having a moment with that, too, because they just got that. There was the controversial comedy festival that they just, got everyone in on. So whoever's trying to do their tourism or get people in stuff is really working overtime.
Yeah. And they said they pinky promised they're going to stop killing journalists.
Yeah, that's
That's the thing. Like
5
if they-
days.
5 days. They're going to take a time
As
out.
long as they report nicely.
As a motorsports enthusiast, it's hard for me to be like, I'm not going to watch it. But man, I don't know.
Right.
The world is so fucked up.
So hey Phil.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey Phil.
Yeah.
Guess who checked in on the chat?
Chicken.
Miker.
Oh, really? Mike Rodriguez. Yeah.
Holy shit, Mike Rodriguez.
Yeah. We love Mike
Oh,
Rodriguez.
he's got a.
Oh, there he goes.
It's
Empty Phil. Yeah.
Well, no, is it a Focus ST or a Fiesta ST? I can't quite. See
He
it from
does
over here.
normally run the Focus.
Focus
Yeah,
ST?
yeah.
Well, he did offer up his GR88 or 86 this
Oh,
morning
fine.
because of the whole Toyota thing.
Ooh, yeah.
Mike's awesome. We love Mike. And in fact, he's got Shifty, Grace Delcano's old scooter that she gave to me and said I could only sell it, with a right of refusal. So it's like I the only person I would feel right selling it to would be back to her because it's her bike, right? And so at the rally, Mike was like, I sure would like to buy that. So I had to call Grace and say, hey, Grace, is it okay if I sell it to Mike Rodriguez? And she's like, yep, you can sell it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Well,
makes the cut.
And Mike literally will turn around. And Grace goes, hey, I want it back. Mike would be like, all right,
Oh, yeah.
cool.
There's no
You
doubt
got
in
it.
my mind.
He's in the family.
Yeah,
You
he's
just
family.
don't want to find out that somebody's going to just chop it up or something.
Well, that's
You know,
always
that's
the thing, right? Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree.
And I forgot which recommendations I made for Justin, but Justin says, thanks for the recommendations in New Orleans. It's like, yeah,
nice.
it was a trip to New Orleans.
I agree. That's fantastic.
I mean, I do know where everything is.
yeah, that's true.
Still, which is weird.
What's funny is there are going to be 7 electric motorcycles competing in
Dakar?
Dakar this year.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. So
With no support?
Toasty.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
well,
unlike
there's 118 motorcycles signed up for this year. All right. So, and it ain't easy. So if you ever want to look into like Dakar, you look into it. It's hard to get into it.
John's going to veto us talking about electric bikes.
Oh, well, but
No, but this is interesting because I'm thinking like how they're going to justify this.
You
because,
do what you want. I'm just gonna
So
say.
like what? So like if a motorcycle does Dakar, what is it? Like 1,290 miles or something?
100 kilometers per day.
No, but
So
what's
for
the
the
total
electrics,
race?
it's I think
12.
this year it's 896 or something. It's I mean it's always
Okay,
right around 1,000.
but what I'm saying
No, I'm
is-
sorry. Hold on. Strike that. Our total, the motorcycle route covers 4,912 miles.
Okay.
Okay.
So race fuel, you're talking for a motorcycle to do that, maybe $6,000 or something.
Oh, yeah,
right.
yeah, right.
But that's in fuel, right?
That's in gas.
But now for the electric bikes, they're
Right.
gonna have to spend like 1.3 million in diesel or something to run like
To
74
run all the generators?
to fucking
Well,
pull these things around.
To help you out with that, so like that's we're talking about the difference. So there's what they call the Mission 1000 challenge.
That's not true. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, the
I
Mission
was
1000
exaggerating,
challenge
obviously.
is 7 electric motorcycles, no hybrids. And they're going to challenge a hybrid truck that uses hydrogen and biodiesel fuel. So if I'm reading this
Kinky.
correctly,
Is it like their own class or something?
the Mission 1000 challenge is going to cover 100 kilometers, 60 miles per day.
Oh, so it is classed different than the main Dakar.
They ain't making them go out there and
Okay,
try to
I was
slug
like,
it
that
out.
just doesn't seem
Hi,
right.
I'd like to race in your race, and my bike can go 60 miles one day if I charge it for 8 hours.
Right? They're not going to put you in there next to the guy who literally is crushing 1,800 horsepower in his buggy, right?
Hey, what is
Or-
that slowing down?
Yeah, exactly. Not even a blip on the radar.
Did you see the thing? It's going around everywhere. Everybody's sent it to me 1,000 times. It's like in some foreign country, and it's like these Harley dudes are all on their Harleys, and the dude kind of breaks down, and he gets off his bike. And there's a high rolling tractor, and the guy can't see, and so the guy's going, and he just runs his Harley.
Oh, he
over
high
right
centers
on
it?
the bike. He just runs the whole thing.
Oh,
over,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
It's
Is
the
it like
best.
one of those grape picking ones that's like
Yeah,
6
yeah,
feet tall?
Yeah, it's really tall, but he just destroys
He just,
it. It's
oh,
so good,
no.
dude. It's hilarious.
So, like, that's kind of the deal. So, do not expect to see some electric motorcycles because it says, Stark is going to be there, Arctic Leopard, Segway, Raging Chicken Pants. They're all going to be there. So
Regal Raptor.
Right, Regal Raptor.
Segway's interesting though to see that company flip from what they were doing to this, and they're like, no, it's not all electric because they do sell gas fucking side by sides
Again.
and shit.
Would Dean Kamen be proud,
I don't know.
or would he be like?
I mean, he
"That
gave
ain't
his
mine"?
life for the company,
Right.
literally.
So a 3,500 watt Honda generator
Right.
will probably do class 2 charging because you have a 220 outlet that's 30 amps 220.
Oh, I forgot you
So
were Captain Cool.
you could easily not need much of a generator to recharge your bike.
No, and
Okay, good.
a
Point.
lot of these.
you don't need a $45,000
but it's
diesel
not
generator.
as funny without that. So now it's not,
Especially if
cool.
you're hot swappable.
Well, and if you've got, and some of these are, and also many of the motorcycles are running at a 300 or 400 volt system, so you can get into that direct DC charging.
That's what
gonna
I really
give
think.
you a 20-minute charge.
That's what you need to build is a direct, like a 300 volt generator. You know what I mean? Like a gas driven 300 like direct charging.
Right.
Now, do the electric so I think back to like when I raced RC cars and like when we do electrics, you'd have a certain allotment of batteries for like a certain race series or whatever. So these bikes, like you just said, hot swappable batteries. Like if you were like one of in a race team that had like a budget that was insane, couldn't you just have like 50 fucking batteries charged and ready
Yes.
to go?
Absolutely.
There's no rule against that.
And when we were at Portland and we were watching the flat track races where the Zeros were competing,
That was good.
that was the whole thing. Was they had the Tower of Power there? They had a hand truck dolly that had a dozen chargers hooked to it, and that a dozen chargers was plugged into a heavy duty mains. And so it was charging their 3.6 volt hot swappable battery packs. 3.6 kilowatt hours at 106 volts. Wow. So that was their hot swap batteries were like, the bike comes in off the track, takes 30 seconds, take that battery out, pop a new battery in, send her back out again. And that was fucking 10 years ago, right? Wow. So now, Tesla superchargers, V3s are running at 500 volts DC, and the V4 chargers are running up to 1,000 volts DC. So if your motorcycle has a proprietary 300-volt system or 400-volt system, you can charge just like that, like pretty fucking fast. Now, those batteries aren't going to last a long time, but for racing, who cares?
That's what they just had the cars for the 12 hours or whatever, the electric thing they did over there.
Right.
And they show how they're pulling the whole battery up. They have a whole different system now where the jacks actually just pull the body and it goes. And then other jacks come in from the side, and it's two giant, 4-foot-long suitcase battery packs that they can swap. The whole thing took like 45 seconds to swap the whole car.
There's a video from China of a Chinese electric taxi where you literally pull into like a car wash.
Oh.
And it will remove the battery from the bottom of your car, and it goes one way, and the new battery comes in from the other way, and it's like swapping it into an old RC car.
Correct.
It's amazing.
You know, when I was in Manhattan last year, the 2 doors down from the hotel that Liesl and I stayed at, maybe 8 blocks away from Penn Station, there was an electric for delivery bicycles.
Okay.
There was a little depot fashioned out of one of the storefronts where drivers could come in and hot swap and parts and do everything. It was just like a quick hot garage.
Nice. That's cool.
2 doors down, missed it by that much.
The Teslas are running like a level 3 kind of thing from Tesla. You're putting out 480 volts at 300 amps.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to say.
Spicy.
1,000 volts doesn't necessarily scare
Right.
me if it's at 1 amp or 2 amp. I mean, like how many amps?
For motorcycles, what I basically tell people is if you're considering like a full-size motorcycle, 14 kilowatt hour battery, if you're 240, if you're running at 240 volts, which is level 2, these chargers are putting out 80 amps. So an 80 amp charger at 240 volts, you know, for a 14 kilowatt hour battery pack, you know, you might be able to charge that up in an hour. But you can't race when you have to wait for an hour. That's
Right.
not a race. So keep in mind, hot swappable is going to be the order of the day, or you make your stage 60 miles. So if your special stage for this is 60 miles a day, well, I guess there's a chance you might be able to do it with a battery on board.
And then that's when it kind of becomes cool because like when I would race RC cars and you do like the base or the stock class where you had to run a certain battery pack and a certain motor and everything, it came down to math. Right. So then you'd have to have your gears and stuff compared to the voltage, and you know, okay, if I keep it this at like 75% for like the 7 minutes, I'll get a good solid full throttle at the last 8 minutes. But if I fucking have to use it up early on, then I'm fucked at the end. You know, like, and so there's all that.
When Oscar and I were at the Isle of Man, we watched a lot of motorcycles not make it to the finish line because of math.
Yeah.
Oof.
Because of, oh no, I'm going to get your ass. And then realize that you got him, but now you can't finish the 37-mile circuit.
Yep.
So you may have passed that guy. You may have had the skill and you might have had the moves to get past him. But if your battery doesn't last until the end of the 37-mile race, 35 miles isn't going to be enough to win it. That guy whose battery does last the 37 miles, he can pass you at 2 miles an hour and he still wins.
And seeing that becomes part of the strategy and stuff is to like know like, okay, like, and people would have different things. You'd have like settings on the ESC that you could double or triple click it.
Well, you don't want to do late braking. Like you want to slowly brake into the corner to regen.
Oh, yeah, right. You'd be like, oh, I'm on regen right now.
Going to take it easy going into this corner.
Yeah, it's a really interesting thing. It's an interesting thing to see anything that's a hardship. So for me to watch Isle of Man and I'm going, okay, well, this is not normally a lap race, right?
Right.
But for the electrics, it was, right? So for the electric, it was a lap race. So you're watching a handicapped event, right?
But it's still 38 miles or
38 miles. And the lap of the stage they're going to be doing is 60 miles a day, 100 kilometers per day.
And that's
that's getting
off-road.
longer, and that's off-road.
And so that's
harder.
That's at least double and a half the actual mileage.
Yeah, wheel slip minimum. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was kind of fucking interesting.
I mean, 60 miles, you'll be done in an hour at 60 miles an hour.
Yeah. Good luck. Right? Why pack a lunch? I'm just going to gone for an hour.
I mean, honestly, some
what could
stages,
possibly go wrong?
Lunch, hell, I'd be done before breakfast.
Yeah, some stages they are probably going to do 100 miles an hour.
Do you know what happened 10 minutes ago?
No.
Joseph Vivilacqua just became a $10 member.
Holy shit.
Literally happened
Thank you.
now.
we gotta-
He's
hold on.
probably watching. Right. Yes, exactly. Joseph Vivilacqua.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Oh, hold
we'll
on,
all drink
hold
to
on,
that.
hold
Hell
on,
yeah.
hold on. Well, you know what? He's going to get the, what is his name?
Is that
I'm gonna have some
Joseph Vivilacqua?
That's the
my
Tanuki
friend-
for him.
cinnamon fresh-
Yeah. Drink to honor the Tanuki.
Tanuki-san.
So Tanuki-san.
So, Tanuki-san.
I love it. So that was kind of fun. So the reports are in, and I don't know if anybody caught this, but we're talking about the latest United States motorcycle death statistics.
Oh, hold on. Go
yeah,
ahead,
here we
Sean.
go.
Get it. Hit it.
I love it. So the latest U.S. motorcycle death statistics are out, and they might surprise you, or maybe they won't. You're just that fucking dark.
Tonight at 9.
Yeah, woof. This is
Is
a
your
thing.
motorcycle trying to kill you?
Yes, it fucking
You'll
is.
find out.
I'm
Is
worried
your
about
motorcycle sleeping with your wife?
I'm worried about this one comment. He said, "Phil, talk slowly." No.
I'm glad it is.
Aw. So you guys might remember there was I believe it was a Virginia Institute of Technology study that came out maybe 5 or 10 years ago that was the last real study since the Hurt Report. And so the Hurt Report was the one that everybody quoted forever and ever and ever. And on its best day, it was ancient fucking information. Like, a lot of motorcycles were still kickstarts back then. Like the information in the Hurt Report, although a great name.
Forgive my naivety. Is it spelled H-I-R-T?
No, it's H-U-R-T.
It's Hurt.
Yeah,
Okay,
Hurt,
all right.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what it says on the
biggest
tin.
injuries on a motorcycle today is the Kickstarter recoil.
Right.
If you see an
It's
old man
chafing from your asbestos underwear. Right.
old man walking with a limp, it's because
Right.
they kicked back.
Yeah, it's kickback. Exactly. So this is...
If you seem like you're crashing and need to lose weight, your date is easily shovable off the back.
Yes.
Not a loss.
Not a loss.
It's
Exactly.
1950.
So this is a big deal. The not funny thing about this is, we look for data to save our ass. Well, be careful, because good data takes a while to simmer, right? Good data has to be croissant. It has to be, it has to just steep in its own juices. But I like that because it generally means it's been checked, all right?
Yeah.
When data comes out too fast...
When data falls off the bone.
Right. That's well sauteed data. So this is a big deal for everybody. Now, this was all taken during the calendar year 2023, so we can't blame COVID. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So I love how they say data analysis and reporting take time and unfortunately are not available in real time. No, not until we can plug all of our bikes into online or uploading information.
5 years.
I was going to say, it depends on what you're riding right now.
Right.
Right. Your electric motorcycle is tattling on you constantly. So,
That new Marini with that plug-in with the have to have the Waymo, not the Waymo app, the phone, special phone.
you don't have to.
Huawei,
It is
the
it
Huawei
is-
phones.
It just adds convenience.
If you want to see the real-time camera, then you will have to do some apping.
And it's going to update.
But he acts like that. My BMW takes over my phone. It's like if I even try to listen to headphones that aren't plugged in, it'll take those over.
Oh yeah.
It'll shut my wife's
So
phone
like I
off
said,
down the block.
the data's 5 years away.
Yeah.
It asks you if you want a schnitzel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my Triumph would routinely hijack my wife listening to my Spotify. So my wife would be listening to something really educated and cool and smart, whatever. And then I'd get on my Triumph, turn my Triumph on, and then in my headphones, I would start hearing my wife's podcast that she was listening
Me
to.
too.
Like while you're in the garage.
Mine's
like
a
at
little
home,
scary
wherever.
because
Yeah.
mine was like, and then you take the body and you put it, and I'm like, fuck, what is she planning to do over here?
I was going to say,
It has to be a 6-foot deep hole.
Yeah, right.
So
How
listen
to kill a husband.
Ananda Shankar, is that what she's listening to?
Yeah, right.
So here's the fucking scary one. Miles per mile, motorcycles versus cars. Does anyone want to guess what I'm just going to say, the fatality rate in 100 million miles traveled.
Okay.
The fatality rate for cars was 1.1%. Okay? 1.1%. What do you think the motorcycles were?
100.
No.
This
The
is
100
out of
million
is
dead
it,
people.
Is it out of the same mileage traveled? That's the same.
Everybody.
Everything is saying based on a baseline of 100 million miles traveled.
Everyone's dead.
I'd say let's go with the Harley average of Sportster crashes at 17%.
10%.
It's 31.39%. Oof. It's literally 30 times higher than cars. So your motorcycle is 30 times more dangerous than your car. I'm going to let that sit for a minute.
They haven't seen my car.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I mean, but like, see, like going into it,
How many? Like, okay, your shitty Civic.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
airbags?
Well, the light's on, so I'm not exactly sure how many airbags work.
For a second, I thought you were talking to Sean. I was like, huh?
But
Yeah.
so driver, passenger, and I think it might have side curtain actually.
Yeah.
Certain it does. And yours probably has 8.
It has a lot of them.
I was gonna
They're
say,
in there.
yours-
They're in there. It's got the knees
his-
too.
Yeah,
I got the
it's
knee
got
bags.
His turns into that foam capsule
does.
from
Yeah.
from a Stallone movie. What was that one?
Oh yeah, Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
Yes.
Okay, so there's that before. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so other question, like I don't know if it's available clarification on data. So are they saying that this is just purely accidental or fatality reporting?
We are talking death.
We're talking death.
I'm
And
not
we're-
talking dismemberment.
And we're not talking about death. Is this all death that occurred on 2 wheels, or death that occurred as a result of like
no, actually,
other accident,
we're
or just
gonna
like
we're gonna get into this.
okay?
Does it
So-
include death by root, Newt?
Well, it does involve death by sitting on the back seat.
Murder by death.
That's, I think, a very dangerous place
Now-
to sit.
Are
now the numbers on-
slingshots included.
What's that?
Slingshots included.
It says 2 wheels.
2 wheels.
Perpetually says 2 wheels.
Okay.
but then
Okay.
do they have it down to like how many people were intoxicated out of all that and stuff?
They do.
Oh, good.
So you might want to look at this link. If you're sitting at home looking at this, go to the show notes because we put the show notes up on our Facebook and also on the listing, the YouTube description. We put the show notes up there. So this page I'm on right now is there. Okay. In 2023, 46% of 2-vehicle motorcycle fatalities. Now, this is going to come into thing because there's 1-vehicle motorcycle fatalities where I do something stupid and I kill myself.
Okay,
And then there's
yeah.
2-vehicle motorcycle fatalities.
Okay.
Of the 2-vehicle motorcycle fatalities, 46% involved somebody turning left.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay? Youch.
That's a huge.
You might want to live like a life like a UPS driver and only make right-hand turns.
Well, that or just be aware of it. And it's sad because a lot of the videos you see on YouTube of these kids smashing and crashing is all the left, and then they complain. They're like, "Look at this driver." But it's like you have to assume the
Yeah.
drivers
Wasn't-
are fucking idiots.
It's yeah.
I've seen 3 in person
Yeah.
where a motorcycle operator had a car turn left in front of them, but that car that turned left in front of them was assuming that motorcycle operator was going 35.
Right.
And they would
yeah.
have plenty of time to make that left-hand turn.
Yeah.
And in the case of the 3 that I saw, the motorcycle operator in question was going over 70 miles an hour.
Yep.
So it was fucking terrible.
Well, and that's the thing too. It seems to be like a thing where these people are going like balls out in the middle of traffic, even slow traffic, and it's like you're just asking for fucking problems, man.
What?
Like,
So I watched a thing earlier today about somebody splitting lanes. Okay, cool. You were splitting lanes, and then some jackass comes up from behind him at 100 miles an hour while he's splitting lanes, clips him, knocks him down, and then dude like goes cartwheeling through the stoplight.
yeah,
Like,
splitting
what
lanes
the
is no fun
fuck?
if you're playing by the rules and
Yeah.
maybe 10 or 15 over the guy that you're splitting between.
Yeah, which also scares the shit out of me.
But then the guy behind you is Johnny Lightning.
Yeah.
He's lane splitting at 100. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
That's a bike-on-bike crime.
Exactly.
So that's not great. So that's no great. Okay. So 46%, way too big. Okay. In 2023, the Department of Transportation reports that 3,419 fatal crashes involving a motorcycle and another vehicle occurred. That's a lot of bodies.
Yeah.
3,400 bodies is a lot of fucking bodies. Okay? That is a lot of bodies. And that means, simple math, that means 1,573 people died from a vehicle turning left in front of them. Now, it doesn't say how fast they were going when the vehicle turned left in front of them. We're not passing any judgment on them.
No.
We're just saying that 1,573 people are dead because of left turn discipline, whether on the part of the driver or the motorcyclist.
now let me ask you something. Like,
Yep.
like not that you would know.
I'm
but-
arguing for traffic circles, by the way.
But okay, so like not taking into account the whole. Well, Sean, you might know. So the MSF course that you just took.
Yes.
So besides like the technical skills and stuff like that, did they talk to you about things like when you enter an intersection, what you should be doing, what you should be looking for? Because like I don't know, because I know when you go for your license, that's not really on the test.
Yes. They definitely did in the classroom section of things go over like best practice for those situations. And they also did discuss the statistic that 46%, I want to say, is something that they brought up very handily with the left. They were like, left turns might kill you. You've got to be careful.
Good. Okay. Good. That's good to know. They're
Now-
actually including that.
2 vehicle crashes. Paint a picture for you. 2 vehicle crashes, 79% of those 2 vehicle crashes, fatalities, head on. Frontal impact. Frontal. Now, rear impacts, 6%. That is massive. 79%. That's a head-on collision. So that might mean not turning left necessarily.
Head-on collision on the part of the motorcyclist.
That means that Timmy was driving 100 miles an hour down Lake Road and ran into the back of Mommy driving 35 miles an hour down Lake Road.
Or across
That
the
the
lanes or
fatality,
whatever.
the
T-boning.
fatality was a frontal impact.
Got it.
To Timmy's crotch rocket.
Got it.
Okay, so that means the front
Somebody crossed the double yellow, and now we're.
or 2 people crossed the double yellow. So it could be the both vehicles were pointing at each other. It could be that both vehicles were pointing eastbound or westbound or whatever. But the point being, it was the impact to the front of the motorcycle that caused the fatality. Yeah. Okay, and that's a big deal too. Frontal impacts, 79%. So that to me says not enough clear distance ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have enough clear distance in front of you, your likelihood of hitting the thing in front of you is very, very low, because you have time to alter your trajectory or apply them brakes, right?
Well, and that's the thing too. A lot of the videos you see these kids smashing into shit on the tube.
Oh yeah, you do.
They've had and I'm not. There are some that you're like, God damn, that came out of nowhere, and I feel bad for those guys. But there's a lot where you're like, dude, I could have called my mom, let her know I was going to be late, and still hit the brakes and stop before I hit that car.
You watch the video and you're like, whoa, why are you not on the brakes?
Yeah, like a long fucking time ago.
A lot, and you're right. A
Tunnel
lot
vision.
of times I watch this stuff and I'm like, how new are you that
Panic.
you were? Yeah.
Deer in the headlights.
And see, a lot of that comes from us not having licensing tiers and stuff. Which I
Well,
know we're
right,
sound like
yeah.
a bunch of old
Just as
fucks,
well,
you know, but-
and I find this to be the case with people in cars just as well as maybe bikes, but not getting to know your vehicle well enough and what it's capable of, knowing what your braking capacities are, knowing what your handling capacities are, how quickly can you take the turn in whatever vehicle you've got.
Well, there's that dude on YouTube, Moto Jitsu. He's like an actual instructor, and he does kind of stuff like that. And like it stuck in my head one time. He said something like, if you get a new motorcycle and within the first 2 days you haven't gone to a parking lot and done a few emergency stops, he goes, you shouldn't ride the bike. And then I kind of picked up and I'm like, that's an actually great point. It's like, because then when you have an emergency stop, you have no idea how the bike feels.
Right.
But like if you're building up to it, you can do a 10, a 20, a 30, a 40, and you go, okay, that's enough. I know what it does now. So now when I'm panicking at 60, it's not a completely new thing, and it starts to shake, and I freak out and I slam into the fucking car.
I did that.
My buddy, when he was learning to ride, and I was following him. He was, he hadn't been riding a whole lot, and we came up. It's by 150 or where Aladdin's is there, where it dog legs to the right, and then you have to dog leg back right. Like the road, it's a weird intersection. It's an intersection, but you actually have to swerve to the left and then swerve to the right. And he just choked up. He couldn't do it. And he did eventually slam on the brakes, ended up on the sidewalk, just went straight
ahead.
And he was like, ah.
Can't brake and turn at the same time.
No.
Well, that's
Because you're panicking.
object fixation, target fixation in these videos. I've watched the videos and and it's like, look at this thing. I wrecked the bike, and because this guy, I said, no, you focused on the wrong thing. And you
I
just
know how
kept
you wrecked
going.
that bike. Absolutely.
And that's the weird thing is I've been.
I saw that guy walking out in front of you a week ago. I don't know why you hit him.
I mean, I
Right?
know I've been riding about 30 years now. I know you've been riding about, what, 35, 40?
I'm 56 years old, and I started riding when I was like 4.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, yeah.
So about 1,000 years.
But like,
yeah.
All of us.
yeah, we've all been riding. Even Sean has been riding for 10 years now. And it's one of those things where I'm like, is this just an experience? And,
Well, I can also,
an age
to
thing?
the earlier point, part of my job, part of what I do is Tom works on the bikes. And then I test ride every single bike before I write the invoice. If you think that I'm doing that because I need to make sure that every single bike that leaves my shop is as safe as it fucking can be so that nobody later on says, hey man, my brakes didn't work and I died it did and my family owns your company now. That's a big part of it. The other part of it is it gives me a final opportunity to increase your invoice through things I find that are fucking wrong. And I have taken a shit ton of motorcycles out after they're done in the service department, and I take them out on a test ride, and I will build up to the point on the motorcycle where I then feel comfortable enough on that bike to initiate some panic stops. And I'll start with a 5-mile-an-hour panic stop. I'll start with then a 15-mile-an-hour panic stop, and then I'll do a 45-mile panic stop. And I know on a great number of the motorcycles that I am test riding that this is the first time they've ever had a panic stop done, based on the incredibly awful, horrible noises and the things that happened during that panic stop. And I have had shit fucking break while doing a panic stop on a 10-year-old. My bike's perfect. It just needs an oil change.
My favorite thing of an old bike
Yeah.
when you first tried it out is if the forks haven't been activated in a long time, you do a panic stock and they don't come back.
They just stay down.
They just stay down. and
They
you're like,
just
Although
stay
the mud in the
down.
bottom of the fork holds on to
Yes,
it.
it does. And I've had that happen.
Yeah.
And I promise you that ever-increasing violence of the panic stop. And when I do that, and I discover all the shortcomings of these motorcycles in their suspension department or their brakes department, I've had them where I've done the panic stop and the brakes just don't release.
Oh, that, yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely. Well, no, because good example, what he's talking about. The Vespa ET4 is now 24 or 5 years old now?
25 years old.
And nobody ever changes the fucking brake fluid. And
There's
so,
a 1989 Honda GB500 in my tunnel
Exactly.
right now that is the original factory brake fluid in it from 1989.
and what will happen is
And you know what this guy said? It just needs a tune-up.
it just needs a tune-up. The front brake master cylinder on these old bikes, as they
Right.
get older, they will lock the front brake master cylinder, which means that once you apply panic stop, you cannot undo the
Yeah.
brake.
There's so much corrosion and oxidation on those pistons in the master cylinder that
forms
they
a
got
bond.
one.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to go back? Like when you hear these people that come in, right? They
Right.
don't know anything about shit.
Right.
It's like I wish I could go back and be completely fucking naive and not have a mechanic foot and like just be like completely oblivious just to enjoy shit.
Right.
Because like it must be nice just to think like I don't have to maintain anything. It's just gonna work again, or this
It-
car is fine.
It makes me want to vomit when I think about how many front brake systems on old crusty Hondas, CB750s, where I had to take the whole thing apart, every single little piece, and run a coat hanger down the hose to get them open and get all the schnot and bullshit. And like, just everything should have been thrown away, but I spent hours
That's
reanimating.
if you
Saving. Wait, and bringing back to life a rubber hose that every time you squeeze it, it goes.
Yeah.
well, that's every
Bathing in silicone.
every
fucking brake
BMW
fluid.
that I work on that is over 15 years old at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
If you don't have a Spiegler kit on it,
Yeah.
you're
We're gonna put one on.
You're
for
due
you.
for it, yeah.
Right, yeah. It's just a fast bleeder. Okay, but more important, let's get back to the other thing.
Yeah.
Alcohol. 26% of motorcycle riders who died over the limit. Okay, but strangely enough, it's 24% for cars. That was one that I was fucking shocked by. Is that
just
in
across the
cars,
board?
cars are 24%, motorcycles are 26%. So it turns out, there's 30 times.
Harley riders drive cars too.
There's 30 times more deaths in motorcycles
Okay.
than cars. There's 30 times more deaths in motorcycles than cars, but there is an equal ratio of deaths when it comes to booze.
Yeah.
so
That's quite interesting.
so remember, kids, when you're hammered,
Yeah.
take the bus because there's a lot more impact zone there.
Way more room. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so now this is one that's a little bit different.
I don't look back fondly at some of the times I drove way too drunk.
Oh, dude. I remember back Magna 750, yellow Magna 750.
Yeah.
I was doing a club night at Euphoria over there off of West 117th. And the night was over, and I ended up talking to the owner and fucking having a bunch of drinks or something like that. It looked like fucking Akira going home. I should dude.
Just a blur.
Terrible. Fucking terrible.
You're running your katana on the ground as you go around corners.
dude.
And Nega Tokyo pops up.
Oh my.
Now, that being said, remember when I just said that magic number, 26% of the fatalities are alcohol involved?
Yep.
Okay, now we're going to change the stat a little bit, and we're going to add in something a little fucking tricky. And the tricky is about the single vehicle crashes. So now it's just one.
One dude
So now it's
or
one
lady.
car
Yeah.
or one motorcycle. Okay? So now it's a one vehicle crash. Now, all of a sudden, in the single vehicle crashes, that number goes from 26% up to 41%. So what does that mean? Johnny Thunders, who's out there taking his own life, running into a fixed object or running off the road or whatever, there's it's almost doubling the likelihood of being in a single vehicle crash, meaning overcooking it, right? When you got that little liquid courage, a Dutch courage going on, right? Pretty interesting. So
I'm fortunate I never got, like, when I was really, really drunk.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, I am really drunk. I was just so focused on, am I going the exact right speed and not bouncing off the curb and blinking my eyes, trying to make sure I just, the Spitfire days. And this was like, just to go 5 blocks from the Spitfire to my house was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going
yeah.
to right.
It's like the Star Wars trench run.
Oh my gosh.
I was the opposite, man. That's why I can't do it. I was the guy that was like, you know what? I never was able to stand on my seat without holding on to anything, but tonight's going to be the day that I can do it.
Okay. Would anyone here like to guess?
Oh.
Would anyone like to guess?
Yes.
In crash fatalities. Okay. Here we go. What percentage of motorcyclists are wearing a helmet, okay, in a crash, period, not a fatality, but a crash, okay, sober versus drunk?
Oh, wait. Who's wearing it?
So who's
Sober
wearing a
people or
helmet?
not? Oh, okay.
So of the people that are involved in a crash,
Yeah.
a crash is reported, what percentage of those people, I'm going to give you the number. Sober people, 73.8%.
Yeah.
Okay?
I agree with that.
Drunk people,
0.2.
55%.
What?
So helmet wearing goes down dramatically once you've been drinking.
Well, yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're sober, there's a 78% of sober people wear a helmet.
That's right.
Only 55% of drunk people wear a helmet.
wear a helmet.
Oh.
That is exactly right. So that's another number where we're losing about 50%, right?
It's a
We're losing
big,
30-50%.
big gap.
Yeah. Ooh, that's so much. All right. So that's a big deal. So kind of a big deal.
And you know what? And the non-helmet people a lot of time roll in pairs. It's usually like a husband and wife. Because when you find out like why this family doesn't ride motorcycles, they're like, oh, Uncle Donnie and his wife Janet died. And it's, oh, what'd they ride? A Harley. Did they wear a helmet? No, no helmets. They didn't wear helmets.
So
Yeah, but their
let's
skin was made of leather.
So
it's
we're going
weird
to talk
they
about
didn't-
helmet laws. We're going to talk about national averages. Okay. So national averages, where the vast majority of states do have some sort of a helmet law. Okay. There are several states that do not. So, and we're going to talk about nationally in this country. 35% of the dead were not wearing helmets. That means 65% were. Okay. That's pretty strong majority, right? But still 35% of the dead were not wearing helmets. Now let's go to Illinois. Okay, where helmets are optional. So in Illinois, of the fatalities, 60% no helmet. So we go from 35% no helmet on the national average to 60% no helmet in a non-helmet state. And then in Indiana, 70%. So 70% of the fatalities were not wearing helmets in Indiana, where the national average is 35%. So that just proves that if you're riding in a no helmet state, statistics are going to show much, much higher incident because you're in a state that doesn't require you to wear a helmet. So the incidence of fatalities is so much fucking higher.
And it's weird. It's become a thing, and this is not political side, but I mean, like, it's become a thing in like motorcycle politics. Like, people that don't wear helmets are fucking committed to it. Like, you know, like a couple weeks ago when it was right at the verge of being too cold to ride. You know, I rode to work one day on the Africa Twin,
Right.
And I had all my gear on. I had a neck gaiter on, fucking all this shit, and I was cold as fuck. The only thing keeping me alive was the heated grips, right? And then this dude on a Harley goes by, and he's got like a scarf up to his nose, basically taped around his head.
Right.
He's got another like hat, like pulled down around his eyes, with like fucking ski goggles over that wrapped around the hat,
Like-
and the thing. And I'm like, dude, at this point, put a fucking helmet on. Like,
there's a device that can solve this for you.
Right.
Yeah.
They made something.
But I'm like, how committed are you? How,
If there was
like-
only something.
Did anybody see the new helmet where it's rear?
Doesn't need a cheer strap.
Yeah,
Rear
Oh,
entry.
yeah.
They've actually been out for a while.
it looks pretty cool.
Rear entry, you say?
Yeah, rear
But
entry.
I feel like there's a great opportunity for you to get stuck in that fucker.
Well,
because-
and the way it works is there is a sort of a strap device that runs across the bottom, but since you're entering the helmet from the back, your chin is going over that strap that goes under your neck. So you never have to do and undo the strap. You just adjust it because the helmet clamshells from the back.
I just would be so afraid that it would get stuck, and I'd be like, I
Can't get
off.
out. Right. And some good Samaritan's going to be like, okay, I know, cut the strap.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So, yeah, one of the weirdest things that I saw in the statistic was that 63% of the collisions of these crashes, because so many times it's a one party crash. So we always think that the intersection is going to be the most dangerous thing to be in.
Yeah.
But 37% occurred at intersections. The other 63%, a very large number, didn't have to do with intersections. And this all comes down to what we learned at that Virginia Institute of Technology thing, was that the motorcyclists are on bad behavior, right? And so if we're losing so many people in a straight line, and why we're losing people in a straight line is that speed, that delta. The difference in the speed of the motorcycle versus the difference in the speed of the tree or the car or the bike or whatever the guy hits. So, like,
It makes no sense how much more reckless I tend to operate a motorcycle than a car. I'm like, I don't know. In a car, I'm just commuting and stuff like that. But I'm on a motorcycle. I'm out for the sport of it, and it seems like, especially that last 5 to 10 minutes, like, let's ring her out before we drop off the highway and park it.
Most accidents happen within a mile of your house, right? And why is that?
do.
Because I know these roads.
But you got at night out by me, like the middle of fucking nowhere. It'll be like a work night. I'm going to bed. I don't give a fuck what people do, but it's like the time when maybe if I'm riding, I won't maybe whale a throttle down somebody's street, Right. And somebody will pass my house doing 190 miles an hour. And I'm like, I wonder if they know that there's a turn exactly a half mile up the road. And I'm always waiting to hear a big just crash.
Oh, yeah.
But I really think a lot of times at night, people lose their fucking minds on motorcycles. You see fucking people not controlling their shit, going so fucking fast everywhere. It's a common. I mean, more than even back in the day.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No, because it is. I mean, there's a subtopic about YouTubers that are killing themselves.
Yeah.
Because of the clicks, of the likes. They're going for the lulz, right? And they're out here's me and my camera, so I'm pushing it harder. I want to be harder than the other guy. I want to be,
Yeah, we're not going to.
I want to be faster than Fast Cunt 66.
Yeah,
so I'm going to do this.
And a long time ago.
They're all just. The thing is, you're not even competing against the guy next to you anymore. You're competing with the guy who made that run a year ago or whatever. And that's really dumb now because you're like, okay, well, there's just too much brinksmanship. There's too much one-upmanship.
Yeah.
Okay, age. Let's talk about how old you got to be. Okay, if you're under 29 years old, 30% of the fatalities. Okay?
That's almost a touch less than I might have thought.
So, if you're 30 to 39, 20% of the fatalities. So if you're under 39 years old, that is a full 50% of the motorcycle fatalities. Now, considering you're not going to start riding a motorcycle until you're 16 years old, that cuts a big swath of the bottom of the cake out.
Yeah.
And it makes the gap, it makes the what do you call that? The exposure time a little bit smaller.
Well, man, every single kid you see anywhere, they're all Johnny Big Balls.
Right.
It's crazy to me. I remember starting out and getting my thing. My 600 was oh my God, I got a 600, and that was a big deal for a while. Now these kids, 18, if you don't have a 1,000cc bike, you're a fucking pussy.
Guess who beats the sub 29 years olds in body count?
55 plus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yep.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a bar town.
Bingo.
Yep.
So now those guys under 29, they're at 30% of the market, and the guys over 50, they're at 33% of the market. Now, granted, over 50 is a lot of real estate. Guys that are riding at 80 years old, that's 30 years of exposure. You're going to get a bigger sample, right? But by the same token, I was very surprised to find out that our senior riders, which I would normally think would be extremely conservative in their operations, maybe they need to be retested.
Or
Maybe it's time for them to take a class.
are the seniors riding bikes that are too much for them to handle?
In my shop, I can tell you they are.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Every fucking crusty
Oh,
creosote-powered curmudgeon that pulls into my lot puts his left foot down and his entire fucking, bling wing falls over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? It was a parking lot, man. Right? You don't have much space in here.
That's the
There's
funniest
room
thing.
for 8 fucking cars.
Meanwhile, we're testing bikes doing figure eights.
Yeah, tight,
I do figure eights on 1400s in that parking lot. And people are always like, whoa, I didn't see you coming over there. And I get guys that drive. I get a guy that literally puts a bike down in my parking lot once a week.
Really?
Right? Oh, yeah. Pull in and the foot comes down when he's still by the sidewalk. Like, and he tries to Donald Duck walk it in or something, and it's just, it doesn't go well.
Okay.
A lot of these guys, they ride their motorcycle twice a year. That's what they do. That's their experience.
Once in the spring.
Yeah.
And then
They bring it in for the oil change, right? And then they bring it. They wait for like
and
Labor
Sundays
Day.
you come out to the driveway and then you pull out your spray wax and you fucking hose it down and you wave the neighbor. Oh, look at he still rides motorcycles. Yeah.
Are they riding?
91% of dead passengers,
Oh,
female.
Yep.
sure.
Let me tell you what isn't 91% dead drivers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this
They
is
know
a
they're gonna crash.
big deal. So in the case of drivers, you take that body count, which the body count, like we said, is over 6,300 people. Of the 6,300 people, a full 96% are males. Only 4% of the motorcycle deaths are females.
Operator deaths.
No.
Total?
Rider deaths. Female
Oh.
being...
Oh, rider.
Right. Like it says, motorcycle death by sex, by gender.
So for the four ladies listening,
Whether you're the driver or passenger.
Got it. Okay.
so the four ladies listening, don't be a passenger.
Well, so this is a bad scene because if you're the motorcycle driver, that penis is going to make you like 50 times more likely to get in a crash.
Right. And now
Okay.
Yep.
Or not 50 times, but about 25%. Or about, I'm sorry, 25 times. So about 25 more times more likely to be in a crash if you have a dick. If you're in the front seat of the vehicle. This number to me was the most staggering of all of them. That of all the motorcycle fatalities, meaning on the motorcycle, right? Not in the car that the motorcycle hits, not in the person that the motorcycle hit, but on the motorcycle, 4% female. Now, you move that rider to the back seat, that goes to 91%. So you take your female driver and put the female driver in the back seat, make the female the passenger, put the guy in the front seat. That's where 9% male passengers. So only 9%. Like, if you're riding nut to butt, no homo, right? The guy in the back seat, 9%. All right? If it's a female in the back seat, 91%. I think that statistic speaks to how very little time men spend on the back of motorcycles.
And how little time a lot of these guys. I've seen dudes when I used to work at North Shore Yamaha. I'd see a kid that had no right buying an R1.
Right.
Buy an R1, and then later that night when I was out doing dumb shit on my 900,
Right.
pull up with a girl on the back. Neither of them are in helmets.
Oh, yeah,
no
yeah.
fucking anything, and you're like, dude,
temp tag this
dude,
wide,
dude.
car temp tag on the back, 1 day old.
I told my kids, because obviously they grew up in a family, well, not a family, but they grew up with me,
Right.
loving motorcycles.
Right.
My current wife, my old one hated them. But anyways, and I told them, I was like, I don't, like, if you want to ride, I will assist you. If you want to get a license, I'll help you get a license, whatever. Do not ride on the back of any fucking dude's motorcycle, period.
Absolutely.
Nope.
Unless he rides with me for like a year.
I lost a high school friend and had another one of my high school friends literally, disabled for the rest of her life because of being on the back of a motorcycle with a fuck knuckle driving it, who had no business driving it.
This is why Becky is starting out as a driver.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah, who would trust him?
Yeah, right?
But to me, that's a really, really interesting number when you look at that, that freaking
Some
91% of passenger fatalities are female.
I do also wonder then, and I don't know if they broke it down by this, but within that segment, what was the percentage of age? What was the age ratio?
I didn't look at that.
Yeah, age ratio for the ladies.
Yeah, I'm sure they have it. I'm sure they can break
And then
it down. But
also if they were helmet wearers at that time.
Did they break it down by bike type?
I'm sure.
no. I mean, maybe somewhere they did, not in this one. Right. Not in this one. So, yeah. So it is a very, this is the second note that I put in the show notes. There's two different show notes regarding these statistics. This is the International Highway Safety Research fatality stats.
So-
we can go through here. It is bonkers the way the numbers on this is. But it's also bonkers if you want to look back. Sleepy, if you want to throw this image up on the screen, because this image to me is just crazy. So see the numbers here. The blue line, the top of the line, is bikes that are 0 to 1,000 cc's. The black line is bikes that are 1,000 to 1,400 cc's, and the green line is bikes that are over 1,400 cc's. The timeline across the bottom, you're going to notice that in about 1998, the number goes from almost 0% to a lot. Because prior to 1998, I'll be honest, there weren't a shit ton of 1,400cc motorcycles.
I was going to say, yeah, that is
Okay.
not...
The
that's
market took off.
So that segment, that over 1,400cc market, you think about like that Goldwing, the 1,800cc Goldwing was the biggest bike you could possibly buy in 1995. The Harleys weren't that big yet.
Because when did
No, but look at 1985, 84. That's when the GSXR 1100 hit.
Right. So
and I
I'm
mean,
glad you brought that up.
when did
Yeah,
the
dude.
ZX14 start?
All right. So when you look at that invention of the super mega bikes, right? The ZX 1400 Ninja, the Hayabusa, all those bikes like that. Which, by the way, the Hayabusa I think is 1320
And the VMAX at 1200, and yeah.
So it's interesting to see where those big cruisers in that 1,000 to 1,400 cc class, actually the fatality statistic dropped from 35% down to about 18%. But boy, the guys on the 1,400 cc's fucking made up for it, didn't they? Yeah. Look at them out there with a vengeance.
Gosh.
Dude, can you imagine whiskey throttling a fucking Rocket 3?
And the
Oh
blue
my
line,
God.
keep imagining the blue line. The blue line is everything up to 1,000
Well,
cc's.
the
So you
Rocket-
look at the murder count in 1985 of everything up to 1,000 cc's, it was way to fuck up there, 70%, right? And then you look at the way that number goes down as motorcycles become safer,
Yeah, rider aids and everything.
riders' assistance,
Brakes-
everything
brakes
else.
that actually
By the year
stop.
2000, it went from 75% down to 55%. But who picked up the slack was those guys on the mega bikes, the 1,400 crotch rockets. The big bikes, and we're also talking too, a lot of the Harley V twins are in that 1,400cc plus
Well,
class.
yeah, because once you get over, 112 is what they're
Yeah,
at
but
now?
see, they need
yeah,
to put
yeah,
up 2025, and then you're going to see that top line
Yeah.
jump up to about fucking 100% from all the
Well, and
all the BMW.
I really got to
1000s.
say, and if you go to, and my favorite thing is the motorcycle deaths by motorcycle engine size. And they literally do give the breakdown of what percentages are most likely to kill you. And if we adjust that scale all the way down here to the year of our Lord 2023, I promise you that you are far more likely to be murdered on a 0 to 1,000 cc motorcycle than you are on, for some reason, a 1,000 to 1,400.
Well, 'cause
so like a 1,000 to 1,400 is statistically the safest motorcycle you can
because
ride.
more people start out on like an R6
Yes,
than
absolutely.
anything else. And an R6 or a CBR
And there's a lot more of them.
RR is
They're doing
more
body count
more
here.
bike.
I want to know how marketing, whatever marketing firm convinced people that a 600cc super sport bike was
Yeah.
a great, that's
Well,
a good size for
so,
you. Oh my God.
So
130 horsepower.
On that topic, one of the guys I knew back in the old days, he wanted an SV650 as his first bike because a twin 650. He did all the math, all the work, and everything else. He said, I want this bike. He went to the Suzuki dealer, Suzuki, Yamaha, Kawasaki dealer, wanted the SV650. They didn't have one, but they had a CBR 600RR and said, look, it's the exact same engine displacement. It's actually a little bit smaller because it's 50 cc's down. This is the bike for you. It's a little bit more, but it'll do the job. And he said, yeah, it took me about 2 months to wrap it around a fucking tree.
So go back to this next, this very next thing, because this is the one where I think that everybody sitting in this room is going to get a good giggle out of this. Deaths by motorcycle type and engine size.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
So Sean's down there in the other unknown category.
Yeah, that's.
Other unknown.
I am there.
Okay. So if you're looking at this schedule,
I see a thing.
my favorite one is the 0 to 1,000 cc Super Sports, which has the highest body count at 1,307 dead bastards, and it represents 99% of its. If you're going out there and you're buying a 0 to 100 cc, a 0 to 1,000 cc Super Sport, not a 1,000 to 1,400 or a 14,000 plus, which honestly, I don't even know what super sports out there that, is that the ZX 1,400 or is that the sport / unclad sport?
I'm looking at.
No, that's super sport. A ZX 1,400 has got to be a super sport.
If I buy a 1,400cc off-road bike, I'm perfectly safe.
Oh, honestly, you're totally safe. You're 0%, man. If you get a
the ZX14 Dual Sport.
the ZX14 Adventure, right? And the sport, like the sport touring and, the touring class, but where they say the sport, unclad sport, is probably your nakeds, right? Whereas your super sport is probably your ZX14, 100%. Your R1, right? So you can see that the most deadly category to be in there is 0 to 1,000 cc's.
Yeah, because that's the ZX6R, the R6,
the R1,
the fucking R, all that stuff.
Right, those are all in there. Yep. So those are all in there. But it's interesting how the body count goes down once you go over 1,000 cc's, which tends to be the people that I've met that are running like FJR 1300. Tend to be really good riders.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, because that's
it's a serious bike.
Everybody wants the leader bike. That's because it's the sexy bikes. Right. And when you're over that, it's purpose built. You either got a touring bike or you got a Hayabusa.
And you're in that sport touring category too at that point. But man, when you see the difference between running a 900, let's just say you're running 1,000 cc super sport with a 1,300 body count versus a 1,000 cc sport touring with a 23 body count, right? So that is truly something. And if you look down your total numbers, just look on the very right column where it says total numbers, and you look at the body counts down there, the sport touring class doesn't have anywhere near the body count that all these other classes do, including dirt bikes. Like, you're safer on a sport touring bike than you are on an off-road bike. Yeah. So it's kind of an interesting thing.
Well, the safest thing is an off-road bike over 1,000 cc's.
Well, yes, obviously, if there was such a thing, you could definitely figure yourself as the 0%, but you're 0.
They obviously haven't seen the kid that converted that Panigale V4 into a fucking dirt bike.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say, for me, looking at this 50-year-old, and they break it down by, there's like 70 different ways they break the numbers down. As my dumbass being over 50 years old, that I am probably significantly supposed to ride a super sport bike. Because statistically, I have the lowest percentage of death on the super sport. I have the highest percentage of death on a sport touring bike. Because that's where the age factor comes in.
Right.
They didn't have an ADV, did they?
No, I think they're calling, they literally say touring.
Touring.
Phil,
touring.
It is time to bring out the ladies for some unclad sport.
Bring on the unclad sports. Right. Yeah, it's crazy how the numbers go when you're looking at, because we're concerned we don't want to die. Right? That's it. We just don't want to die. Like, dying sucks. Dying is not a good thing. Statistically,
this is how you know Phil's not a millennial.
Right. Statistically the least likely to die in January. I think we saw that one coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think 47% of the deaths occurred on the weekends. After 6 p.m. Interesting.
That's because they don't do my commute.
That's exactly.
Holy shit.
And it usually follows the phrase shots.
Hey, Timmy, let me ride your bike. That one.
Drink this first.
Yeah.
ATV rider deaths have gone up dramatically. That is something that.
Well, the other thing too, because you're talking about
there's a lot more of them out there.
As I was going to say, the numbers that are going out there are the number because we
in 1982 when we were driving those dangerous ass 3-wheelers, right? Raise your hand if you survived the Trizinger, right?
My first actual motorized thing.
Fucking scary.
Oh, dude.
It don't go where you point it. The fact that the body count for ATV was only 35.
Yeah, and they banned
for the whole country, and they banned them, made them change them around in the whole thing.
Talk about Mark. Somebody marketed the fuck out of that. Somebody that had the 4-wheeler was like, we got to get rid of these 3-wheelers.
But in 2020, ATVs killed 557 people.
Oh, yeah.
So they went up, man.
Have you seen on
It killed 35, but there were 4 million people parallelized.
Missing an entire leg.
Having been run over by a 4-wheeler that I was on.
America is 13% dumber because of 3-wheelers.
Well, yeah, I wonder how much of that data is centered around 3-wheelers.
Yeah. Oh,
because they are still classifying them as motorcycles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, in the ATV.
Well, sure.
Yeah, right. So, Sean, if you want to throw this one up, this is the one Sean was looking for earlier. I think we can all appreciate this one. So this was helmet. Oh, I'm sorry. That's ATV riders. Sorry. Doesn't count. Doesn't matter. We're not going to bring that up. We're not going to talk about that. I was going to say. It's
It's not that kind of show.
yeah, it's just not what it is, man. It's just not what we do. Anyway, those statistics are terrifying.
I mean, the number of statistics.
We should have had that for Halloween.
The number of statistics for side-by-side riders that are going to get killed at Mid-Ohio.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
right.
So there's videos. They're really entertaining. So like Wellsville. Have you ever been to Wellsville?
Oh, sure have.
So if you're listening, you don't know what Wellsville is. It's like our local like crazy off-road spot. Like you go there on big weekends. There's like 30,000 people.
That's where the cornflake guy's from, right?
That's the road to Wellsville. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the shit that goes on in these places. But there's kids that have like like their YouTube channel is all videos from
Wellsville. Yeah.
And they'll have like the collisions. They'll just show the people like at night just slamming the fuck into each other. Like one dude goes to climb a hill at like fucking 8,000 miles an hour, and some dude crosses his path, and it's like hillbillies with no helmets.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Right. Let's call it what it is. It's hillbillies running into hillbillies.
Yeah.
At a 7%
hillbilly on hillbilly crime.
7% ABV. And
Speaking
yeah.
as a hillbilly, nothing of value was lost.
Yeah, I promise every time I go there, that is one of those ones where I am just like, okay, it is to be a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Just going from point A to point B is fucking dangerous because these guys in these crawlers and mud buggies and shit like that, they can't see anything.
No, but the best part is the dudes that have like you're like, hey, that dude got the new KTM 500 SXE. Fucking yeah, he's got nitrous on it. Yeah, and then he goes to try to climb a hill. It launches fucking 87 feet in the air, and then just fucking breaks all the way down the hill. And that's just the game. That's just the way you roll, man.
Or when that 400-pound motorcycle with the chain for the back tire goes into the crowd just looking for sheer bloodlust.
They got like the net guys. They throw nets
the guys with
at
hooks
them
and
trying
nets.
to
Yeah. And they're like, this is the running of the bulls uphill.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is fucking terrifying. Okay, so
Swears and knows.
Wellsville is crazy. Oh, it is fucking crazy. So in the what do they call that? Clickbait column today?
Yeah.
In the clickbait column today, Vietnam to ban gasoline motorcycles by 2026.
Yeah, right.
Okay? And I'm like, the fuck you say? Vietnam? Are you kidding?
Like the scooter capital
The
of all.
Vietnam? Because what I know about Vietnam when it comes to small engine vehicles is that's where they all are, right?
Yeah.
I've watched Top Gear. I know how it works.
Well, maybe they mean
By the
they're
way,
gonna-
best episode of Top Gear ever, the Vietnam special.
Maybe they're just going to ban them coming in. So like it'll turn into Cuba where people are just going to keep the rest of them running forever.
So, no, in fact, it is not all of Vietnam, but it is Hanoi. Oh. So for Hanoi, and that is, by the way,
That's so annoying.
not taking anything from them. That's still like 6.5 million vehicles, right? And so due to the air basically turning into acid from something like they said 77 million Tanuki 70
Tanuki's on.
as of 2024. Drink. As of 2024, 77 million registered units. Holy shit. Okay? That's a lot. That is a fucking lot. So what they're saying is no more. So anybody who is within the downtown area of Hanoi, within the Ring Road number 1 is what they call it. And I'm going to pull a map up so the kids at home can see it. So you understand what the Hanoi Ring Road is.
Toyota Ring Road.
Notice it goes right around your chocolate starfish. So yeah, when you go ahead and pull that map up, so when you're looking at the Hanoi Ring Road, so everything that's in this middle area here,
Keeps popping up.
Yeah.
what's the Tonkin Spa Massage?
Yeah.
It's a big deal,
How you doing?
You want
you
happy
doing?
ending?
right? Yeah,
Oh no.
yep, same as downtown. So that.
Sean's like, you guys have to pay for that?
Yeah. Kind of.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's a big area. That is a major, major high populated area. That's a lot going on. And for them to say, we're not going to let any gasoline motors inside of that, it's because they're pretty well fucked. They're not having a good time with it.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of roads.
It's a lot of roads. So it's a lot of stuff. So if they're going to ban that, that they want to get rid of all these little tiny And I will tell you, a lot of them are two-strokes, but they're still, it's a big deal. And the problem is, obviously, they're saying there's 2,000 dealerships, 200 suppliers that are all going to be, and hundreds of thousands of jobs that are going to be lost as a result of this. Because we cannot, as citizens in our country, we cannot grasp a place where every corner that you go to is a motorcycle or scooter dealer or repair shop staring at you.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
one dealer in Hanoi sells as many scooters in a year as the entire United States of America
That's true.
sells motorcycles.
Right. Yeah. That's their
Vroom, vroom.
the numbers when they're talking about like, oh, one dealership in Hanoi is doing 20,000 bikes per year.
Yeah, so they're basically cutting the dick off their own citizens over there.
Well,
they-
I mean,
they're
they're
gonna
all
have to
Now
pump
they'll
out
have to sound
electric
electric
bikes?
ones,
Right.
and they'll have hot swapping.
Well,
and,
China did a big thing where against their will, they said, bring your gas-powered scooter down, and we will take your gasoline-powered motor out. We will replace it with an electric-powered motor, and that's what China did to solve their problem. Is they circumcised they neutered a
That's at
whole
least-
bunch of 49cc scooters.
That's at least offering an option.
And it wasn't that they gave you the motor for free, but it was super duper cheap.
Right.
well, that's
Super duper
you know,
That's a
we
fair-
we
okay.
keep waiting for Honda to do electric. Meanwhile, CSC has the electric Cub,
Oh, yeah.
which means the technology exists.
Yeah. Well, you can buy, if you go to Alibaba or you go to Temu
Yeah.
right now, you can buy a 49cc replacement electric motor. So you're going to take your 49cc motor out, and they literally have them done based on like, oh, what do you have? A Metropolitan? Do you have a Vino? Do you have a this? Do you have a that? And that's how you order it. And it ain't expensive. I'm talking about battery and motor together under $200. And
I
you
wish that fucker for the Vespas was that cheap.
Well,
no,
the-
it ain't.
no,
well,
I
the-
looked in.
Bucks deluxe, man.
And the problem is that the most expensive part of that entire arrangement literally is the battery.
Of course. Yeah.
Because the motor's easy. The motor's cheap.
Yep.
And I priced out one time the SIP kit for the electric conversion for a vintage kit. I priced that out off of Alibaba one time, and it was about 3/4 of the cost from SIP. Right. Because somebody wanted that. They wanted the hub center, whole 9 yards. And you actually gave
Oscar?
Oscar, thank you. My brain went sideways.
Yep.
The hub center motor from a
For
new
NIU. Yep.
That's in my garage right now with his swing arm.
Oh, really?
Well, no, because it's going to go in his thing.
Can be fabricated.
Yeah, but so we were looking and trying to make it. So then I figured out that we could probably do it with a monkey swing arm. Because the one that I'm going to be doing
nice.
on my CT70
Yeah.
would fit his thing. We just have to modify the front.
Oh, that's cool.
So, but yeah, so that thing's actually at my house right now. So we're at some point all moving forward to continue getting Oscar's winning
I
on
like
the
it.
road. Yeah.
I think that's a great
Well, the
thing.
good thing is once he finishes that, I can pull the Heinkel out of the Raptor so he can do that too. So we have a whole other new sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, somebody needs to take that NIU because that's the Evo. That's the fast one. That's like the 65 mile an hour NIU.
When I was
have
in
one left over?
Oh yeah, no.
Oh.
When I was in Germany, I really, really, really almost considered stealing the batteries out of one of theirs.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, "Fuck that, let's go."
you had to go to German jail for 5 years.
I know, right?
They actually send you to jail there. It's not just pay the fine and go home.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you need him. Never mind.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, sure.
I was like, what are you doing?
German jail.
Right. Yeah. Oh wait.
sounds
I'm
like
gonna- I'm going to
the
commit a
stories.
crime in a place that actually has crime.
I know,
or
but
a
the
punishment.
stories, it might be worth it.
Yeah.
Tom in jail?
Tom
Holy fuck.
in
Well,
jail.
the German jails are a little more posh compared to American jails.
Yeah, but they don't have parole.
Oh, that's you
And
do
there's
it.
no probation.
You do it. You do it.
You get 5 years, you go 5 years.
Yep.
Do the crime, do the time.
Yeah, that's the way that works.
But yeah,
The Tom and Jelly Show.
if I
and
can,
Jelly
if I
show.
can figure out the battery.
There's the pay-per-view right
Yeah.
there. There's the only.
Oh,
fans.
sure. Now we're no longer talking about my feet.
Okay. Did anybody
yeah,
who
that's-
did anybody who not looked at the show notes want to tell me what the least expensive road legal motorcycle you can buy in the United States is, brand new?
The 125 Hawk.
Not far off. Would you like to back that up with the price?
$12.95. Remember, but that's a road legal motorcycle.
No,
I believe
no.
it's got to be something under $1,000.
Yeah,
Gasoline
it has to
engine?
be. It has to be because my Tao Hellcat I bought was $8.99.
Are we back
on a
to
special,
CSC again?
And that came with the fucking title.
Go ahead and pull it up.
Bring it up.
Bring it up.
Boom. All
Survey
right.
says that X-Pro USA, bringing joy to your rides, is offering a 125cc Cafe Cruiser Racer gas bike, bicycle style motorcycle with manual transmission, electric kickstart, big 17-inch wheels, free shipping.
How much?
$759 hairs.
How much is their Street Magic copy?
Well,
That's fucking sexy. Dude.
we're not
Look
talking
at
about street. We're not talking about anything except the cheapest. That's
Yeah,
all I give a
yeah.
fuck about. The exact same bike
wanna
is
see-
available on Walmart.com for $850 if you want to go to somebody you quote trust.
If it's still there, it might be taken down. It was up and down for a while.
You wanna
but
see it?
If you
Yeah.
ever see the most amazing discussion
Vader?
about all these bikes,
Oh, yeah,
it was on ChinaRider.net or whatever.
Again,
These guys,
Oh.
these guys are like, I got this bike for $800, and then they're like a couple, like I don't know, like
Yeah.
10 pages of thread later, they're like, okay, so I totaled it up. It's at 3,900. Like they've put like all this money
Now
into
that
this
I'm done.
fucking butt. Yeah, it's like
now
Jesus
that I'm done.
Christ, dude, you could.
So
bought
this
a
is
Honda.
the Pro Vader.
Yay, the Boom Vader.
The Boom Vader. So this is the
Oh.
Boom Vader. This is the Boom Vader, $1,215.
You can spend
95
$1,200 in worse ways. I'm just saying, dude. You
Sure.
Have you ever wanted
Wait a second. Hold on. Here's what we're gonna say. The cost of entry is $1,295 or $1,215.
Oh, they're slapping
That's
it
the
with
cost
shipping?
of entry.
Yeah,
Okay. And they're saying, on this one you don't get free shipping, but just so you understand, that's not the last money you're going to spend. That's the first money. And
Well,
they
it
talk
de-
about cry now or cry later.
Well, it depends on what
This is
your-
a big case of cry later.
It depends on what your expectations are.
Good.
If you're buying the bike to take to like one show, it's a fucking wonderful investment.
Okay, but for $1,215 for one show, I can rent a limo.
Hey,
I
but you
could show up in a Bentley.
yeah, but you can't
Right.
jump a fire and set the thing on fire.
No, but
on
I
the
can pay
last
you
day.
too.
Okay, well,
So if I have a $1,200 budget for one show, there's better things I'm going to do, and one of them is how I'm going to spend the first $1,000,
right.
so
which
Phil-
is not going to be at the show.
So, as somebody who is proximally close to somebody who gets free bikes all the time,
Right.
and has to fix said free bikes,
Yeah.
no, I would rather just have a free bike.
Yeah, this is not a good. This is not a good deal, and where we get into that, like that whole thing about, like, yes, they do have the Boom. It is obviously the Boom at Walmart.
Redonk's right.
They're all the same.
That is
thing.
2 Coleman mini bikes.
Yes, it is 2 Coleman mini bikes.
And you know
perfectly
what?
accurate.
You'd have more.
Right.
You'd have more fun with a Coleman mini bike.
If I could, the one thing that's different is I can't put a license plate on the back of my Coleman mini bike and call it legal. This is technically legal. I mean, titling is going to be a wonk, like a fucking weird deal. So the
I mean, does Ohio recognize them?
Yeah, dude, I got my Tao plated.
I have a question for you. When you got your Tao plated, what was the MCO? Was that the cardboard off the box? What was
It
it?
was a piece of paper that came with it that had like and
An MCO.
they sent it they sent it. It didn't come with the bike. It came like a week later.
They mailed it a week later?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
it was
what I
like an
curious about.
MCO with the letter of purchase and like a receipt and all that. I took that and it was boom, and they got me a
Okay.
title.
Yeah, right. That's really what it comes down to, because they really do. The title bureaus can either be like, no, you missed that, you didn't dot that I. You've left the tittle off, right? But if you show up with a piece of paper that vaguely looks like an MCO for a kayak, a canoe, a Chinese motorcycle, or whatever, they're just like, oh fuck yeah, okay, just do this.
Yeah.
And they do, and and it always kills me that you fucking get out of there with that shit. That you are more likely to successfully get a title for something that is fucking dangerous, right? Than for resurrecting a 1981 motorcycle that is actually well built. That's a decent piece of quality. So yeah, I really do. Yeah, I do get concerned about that a little bit. I'm always cautious about that when we go to the title bureau and people talk about, oh yeah, it was a breeze, it was no big deal. I'm like, okay, well, that's great. Try to go through there with a 1985 bike with no title or a 1995 bike
Well,
with no
and that's
title.
the thing is like all these agencies and stuff and all over the time are like, hey, recycle, do this, try to do this, repurpose things, do that. You're like, I'd like to keep all these vehicles running so you don't have to make new ones.
It'd be
No,
cool,
fuck
wouldn't
you.
it?
No,
Right.
no titles.
Yeah.
Suck a dick.
Right, absolutely. I completely agree. That looking at that motorcycle that they're selling for under $1,000, is it brings me concern because that's what shows up. I mean, we see a lot of that.
It's a disservice to motorcycling because if that's your first experience with motorcycling and it's a piece of shit,
Not gonna love it.
you're not gonna fucking fall in love
You
with
are
it.
not going to have a good day. Yeah, you're absolutely not going to have a good day. And more importantly, you're going to be the guy talking to me on the telephone that is like, why are you such an asshole? Why won't you work on my bike? And I'm like, man, because I didn't tell you to buy that bike. Like, you buying that bike was your decision to spend under $1,000
how
on a
about
road
this?
legal motorcycle.
Hey, bud. Hey,
Yeah.
you know your $800 bike? For me to look at it, it's about 2/3 of the cost of the bike.
Well, okay, you currently have a bike for sale on Marketplace.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the MC150-B2 something.
It's a
Rokita.
Rokita.
It's a Rokita.
It's a Rokita.
And
Vento Cata.
I literally have, because I did the front and rear valve stems, the valve adjustment, the oil change, a couple other little tricks. I probably have about 4 hours into it. What's 4 hours of my labor cost?
Yeah, you're literally sitting at knocking on the door $500,
And
$550 with tax, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you take that $1,200, and everything I've just said is what you're going to have to do to that $1,200 bike. So
Exactly.
now you're knocking at $2,000, $2,300.
Yeah, you generally should anticipate putting about an extra 50% of the purchase price back into the bike just first year.
And by that time, you
Because
could
that
have
bike's got like 2,300 miles on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super
and,
bad.
And the funny part was you getting on the bike and hitting the button. You're like, that is the smoothest.
Oh, it was deceptive how easily it started. And that it just sat there.
It was the happiest bike ever.
And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
But
like,
that's the
I
problem.
really wanted it to be worse.
I have blown 5 to 10 years of my life fixing that trash.
Yeah, that's the New Orleans factor, man. That's the New Orleans factor right there.
And
so
so-
Meckel Fresh has got a tech tip for us.
Oh, yep.
So, and I'm not going to lie, I stole this from the internet. I saw it, but I thought it was quite interesting. I got to undo my headset here. But,
Talking to the microphone, sir.
Well, I got to work my hands and my mouth at the same time. Sean would probably be better at that.
I can teach you.
It's
have
a
lessons.
learned
So,
skill.
fuses, right? So every fuse, your new fuse is a fuse pooler. So if you look at the profile of that fuse, you can see how it's kind of got a notch up close to where the plastic is.
That's right by the dick fur.
So that works like this. You put the new fuse over the old fuse, and you can use it to yoink it out. Oh,
Yeah, and it works really well.
put a little. Uncle Phil says put a little twist on. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
mess
so
with that.
literally when you are your bonus fuses, your spare fuses are not held in by anything metal. They're just held in by the plastic cap, so they come out real easy. But your bad fuse is held in by the metal clips that are holding it in. They're really a bitch to get out if you don't have pliers on you. And if you don't have that dopey little yellow plastic fuse
worry about
puller
it.
that everyone loses or breaks. So the trick is pull out your spare fuse, super easy, and then drop your spare fuse's metal prongs over the top of the plastic head. Give it a slight twist to the right, because what that does is those two gaps, the two cuts then go under
Yeah.
that, and they hold it. They literally work like a lever and pull it
I
right
did it
out.
today on that
Super easy.
on that Scarabeo, and it pulled it out really no
Super
problem.
easy.
It wasn't difficult.
Yeah.
I've never known it. I guess the only problem would be is like some fuse boxes are tight and maybe it wouldn't go in, but generally, I would think it would work.
totally. I completely.
I don't
agree.
know how it is with the micro fuses, the smaller ones. But
They don't work because they don't have the
They're
cut
just straight
in the
prongs.
right. The
Yeah.
prongs are perfectly straight. It
My
doesn't
wife
work
said
with
the
that.
micro fuses work fine.
Oh.
Sorry. What?
so
They still get the job done.
and then there's a secondary tech tip.
Your
because-
secondary tech tip?
Well, we were talking about carburation and everything, and there's been a lot of questions asked about how you tell whether something is lean or rich. And so the lean thing is when you're giving it the throttle, right? So when you give it the gas, you're going to feel a little bit of lag. It's a little bit. And then it'll rev up and everything. And then when you let off of it, you watch and it kind of doesn't want to go straight down. It kind of maybe hangs up or slowly goes down to where your idle is. So if you set your idle at about 1,500, if you can, if it's running well enough, you just feel how it's coming down. If you go whum and it goes right back down and settles to idle, you know you're good. If you go whum and it's kind of like it's a little sloggy, it goes up, but then it goes down or maybe hangs a while before it settles down, that's probably lean. If if you're able to idle at 1,500 and you give it the gas and it has great, pretty good snappy a throttle response, but then it goes and it dips down below 1500 or it stalls, that's a good chance you're rich. Couple little tips.
Very good.
More on that.
Very good tip. Yeah, extremely good tip. Yeah, that's on the money. The working with a carburetor and understanding what you're hearing when you're hearing it will save you. Man, I used to work with a guy, and anytime he'd work on a carburetor, he would go, "Yeah, you hear that? It's too lean." His answer for everything was, "It's too lean. They built these bikes to be EPA compliant. They're all too lean." And this guy could have 87 air leaks. Fuck carburetors. Yeah. 87 air leaks going on. And his answer was everything was, it's too lean. It's too lean. You got to richen it up. You got to richen it up. You always got to richen it up. And I just got so sick of fucking hearing him talking about everything in the world. Whatever the bike it was, it had to be richened up. So his solution was permanently richening every single bike he ever met. And I was like, man, I mean, it just doesn't seem like he could be right all the time on just like every single bike that comes in, just richen it. Until I was working on a bike and I pulled the spark plug out and it was black and wet, right? And I was like, I'm dying to hear this. This is going to be great, right? Yeah, I gave the bike a kick on the Kickstarter and like literally raw gas and oil sprayed out of the tailpipe, right? And I'm like, lay it on me, baby. I know what you're going to tell me. I'm just waiting for it right now. And I was like, so is this one too lean? And he was like, well, the carburetor probably is.
Of course.
Oh, the carburetor probably is. Oh, the carburetor probably is. Okay, great. Yeah, well, all that's because it got past the fuel tap, and all that's because it got past the needle, and all that's because it got past the... I was like, man, it's never enough with you.
The seat was really rich.
I think overall, those circumstances are probably going to favor the lean situation because if the carburetor's dirty, it's going to be lean.
Yep.
So, that's
your odds are best if you ever want to appear like you know what you're talking about and you don't know fuck all about motorcycles or lawnmowers or snowblowers and it's not running right. It's an okay thing to say, I think it's running lean, because that guy that just pulled the handle 47 times is going to be like, you must know what you're talking about. My wife pulls off shit like that all the time.
What I've heard is it's always the alternator.
It's always the alternator.
For a bike to run,
it is.
For a bike to run rich,
right.
It would have to either have an overflowing float,
right,
or somebody has been in there and hogged out the jets or put bigger jets in it.
Yeah.
I don't see how else it would run
It's
rich.
going to run
or the choke
rich.
is stuck on or something.
Right.
Oh,
That's-
yeah. A stuck-on choke.
Yeah, stuck choke is usually the deal.
Well, or somebody fucked with the carb.
Wait, well, yes, of course.
What,
Right.
yeah. So you have your
Yeah.
air fuel screw, which so maybe somebody's cranked it all the way out, and you need to crank it back in or something like that. But mostly, like I said, the circumstances are generally going to favor it being lean, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, especially with carb or carb emissions, and it's even with the older bikes with the carbs.
You're not wrong. Everything is pretty well set up as lean as it can possibly be to pass emissions and everything. Right. But I don't know. But not everything is lean. Sometimes it is. It's too much fuel.
You guys want to hear one of my favorite quotes from motorcycle news this week?
Drop the needle. It'll be
drop
fine.
the needle. I always drop the needle.
He's
Always.
trying to figure out how to get the
always drop the needle.
the 5-pin relays out of the bracket without freaking hammering them out.
Yeah, good luck.
That's not Sean, is it right?
Is it
no,
Sean?
No, it's
It said falconry.
I don't.
Yeah.
It tricks me because
The word falconry was in there, but I don't think it was Sean
I
O'Hara.
think it's Sean.
Okay.
But
Here's-
I usually take a screwdriver and just kind of pry them up a little bit.
Oh yeah, just get him to push up a little bit.
Because force doesn't work, but you have
Yeah.
to finesse them out.
Yeah, and a little lube, a little WD-40.
Little
goes a
lube
long
always
way.
works.
Little lube goes a long way.
Sean, where you at?
WD-40 is one of the best electrical tools
More
ever
lube,
made.
better lube.
By all means.
Like whenever I was working
Better
on an
lube.
old bike, and the first thing I would do was spray the whole inside of the headlight shell
Hose
with
it down.
WD-40,
Yeah.
let it sit for a little bit, use a rag and wipe everything. Now you can see what all the
Oh, it is
colors are.
Sean the Falcon.
Now
Not
you
only
can see
that-
what all the colors are. Then you go to start pulling connectors apart, they come apart without ripping off.
Hey, here's another great tip. When you got a rat's nest worth of wire inside your headlight and you can't figure out what the fuck's going on inside of there and you just start stabbing around with your fingers, all that insulation is going to flake off and you're going to make 75 short circuits. Here's the tip. Spray it down with WD-40 a couple of days before and let that WD-40 soak into all that insulation, and it becomes soft again, and it won't be brittle when you're stabbing around with your kid, with your dick beaters trying to figure it out.
Inside of a BMW headlight.
Also true. Okay, ready for this quote? The single biggest reason for corporate demise is corporate greed.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Business as usual there.
Who do you think said that?
KTM. No.
No, the guys who bought KTM.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, no shit. I'm not making that up.
Oh, yeah, no, that was
It's the guys who bought KTM.
Yeah.
So it is literally the guys who bought KTM. Now, these are, now that the dust has settled, so to speak, okay, here we go. Now that Bajaj is officially given a full ownership and a controlling stake, and remember, it's not just KTM, it's Pierre Mobility AG and KTM. It's all of the things. I am sick of hearing people talk about well, no, Bajaj only owns 49% of this and that and the other thing else. Here's something for you guys. Bajaj owned 75% of Pure Mobility AG, which wholly owns KTM, Husqvarna, and Gas. 75%, not 49.1%, not 51%. Bajaj owns 75% of the important ones that we care about.
Like, they don't got to ask anybody to do
They
anything.
ain't asking anybody for permission anymore.
Yeah.
Okay? The 51% at that time, okay, but that has now swapped because of their financial...
I personally, just like CF Moto in World Superbike, I cannot wait to see the first Bajaj
Again,
Superbike.
totally there, right there with you. Yep. Okay. So now now that we understand that little bit of a statement, okay? So the Austrian Takeover Commission approved the plans for Bajaj to acquire all 50,000 shares that are currently owned by Pure Industry AG. Not half of the shares, not 3/4 of the shares, all 50,000 shares. They got spanked. Okay. Oof. Pure got spanked. Okay. Now, they wanted to make sure that that deal doesn't contravene competition rules. Don't worry about that. We're cool. They're having a meeting scheduled that they just, they're going to be breezing through tomorrow. Okay. It intends to change its name. They're totally dumping the Pure Mobility Group to Bajaj Mobility AG. So they are literally going to scratch your name off the door. Okay? The what do they call that? The maintenance guy is going to come out with a razor blade, and he's going to scratch your name off the fucking door, right?
If you've ever seen the Hudsucker proxy,
like
that
you
is
weren't
the image
there.
You want it, yeah.
You weren't fucking there, okay? Now, here's the painful one. Do you remember how we kept talking about Pure and all of this money, billions of dollars, yet the company was going bankrupt? And they also talked about how Pure was going out of business, but the people that he nominated to follow him will now take his place. Yeah. Well, that's just henchmen, right? The entire Pure nominated supervisory board members will resign, and their replacements will be elected. Ooh. So now, if you're one of the bagmen in the middle circle, you now don't have any stock because we're giving all that to the Indians.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Right.
Wrong lever.
Wrong lever. That's it. So, in case if you were trying to keep track, this is the new guy that's running the company now. Okay.
Exciting.
It's exciting.
Picture day at school.
Rajiv Bajaj. And
well,
again,
this is the grandson.
This is the grandson.
Family.
This is the family.
No, because the
family
Bajaj family has owned Bajaj forever.
One of the few ones. Right? I mean, there is still a Willie G at Harley Davidson.
When the grandson took over, he decided to stop making scooters and started getting into world manufacturing of big motorcycles.
When I was in the Army, a guy told me once, he was like, how far your name is from your body is an indication of how important you are. Example, if your name is tattooed on your arm, you are not very important. If your name is on your shirt tab, like I was in the Army, you're not very important. Okay? If your name is on the door of your office, you're becoming more important. If your name is on your desk, right? It's a little further away from your body. You're becoming more important. If your name is on the side of the truck, you're becoming much more important. If your name is on the side of the building, you're becoming much more important.
What if your name's in billboard lights?
So
Then you're become much more important.
So-
But what's funny is this dude's name is on his shirt.
yeah,
But
saw that.
But it's also
Bajaj.
but it's
his
also
name
the
is
of the
on his
company.
shirt, but it's also on the side of the building and on
Yeah.
the side
So
of all
my-
the trucks and on the
my-
side of all the
And
motorcycles.
every bike they make.
And every bike they make.
My eventual goal, life's goal,
probably
is,
on the jet, too.
is to go to the family castle.
Yes.
The Bajaj
The
family
Pennington
castle.
family
The
castle.
Pennington- it's
Oh.
Muncaster Castle.
Mooncaster.
Dude, there's something about Tom being in a castle that feels right.
It does. It does. By the fire.
Totally.
With a large glass of something.
A chalice.
And for Sean,
Wearing some kind of armor. There has to be armor
for
involved.
Sean playing at home, they have apparently one of the largest owlries in the world.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Love.
So, anyway, the reason I wanted to bring this
Wowie,
up.
owie. Or wowie.
So
He's
anyway,
always-
yeah.
All
No,
right.
I love that Bajaj literally went from being a scooter manufacturer to like a world player.
Well, yeah. So Rajiv Bajaj, and it also comes from being he was selling the thing that the people wanted
Yeah.
when the people finally got money.
Yeah.
So like all the time the people didn't have any money, we all just made fun of him. We're
'Cause
like,
he-
oh, they're poorly made Enfields.
Yeah.
Right? You know, they're poorly made whatever, Vespa clones or whatever.
And he got
But-
so much crap when he was like, "No, we're not going to do that anymore."
Oh yeah. Well, generally speaking, when this guy was like, we're not doing Vespas anymore, and everybody's like, what do you mean you're not doing Vespas anymore? That's like part of our country's identity. You can't stop doing Vespas. And then he's like, well, we're just going to do motorcycles for like everybody on the fucking planet.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll see what happens. Okay. Now we're going to talk about this. He said, I'm cutting our expenses by 50%.
Oh.
I'm going to cut management. I'm going to cut R&D, and I'm going to cut racing. Yeah. Okay.
What were they racing?
KTM.
Oh,
I don't know.
KTM,
What
sorry.
were they racing?
So you got me confused because we were talking about Bajaj a second ago.
We're talking about the guys who own KTM.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
all
So
right.
now we're
You
back.
remember
to
the big
K-
orange trucks?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Not
know
gonna
we
be
were-
so many
I
of those
didn't know
anymore.
We were back there. I thought we were still at the castle with Tom.
I don't. 50 milligrams THC, friends.
We can always
All right,
come back.
So
That was 3 days ago.
in that one can. All right.
that's what I'm
so
saying.
here we go. He says, we were all taken by surprise, I must say. I think most of the industry was quite shocked of how rapidly this thing developed. Yeah, I think we all were.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think
There was
we
like
all
a
were.
real-time-
It was like, we built more motorcycles than we've ever built in the history of our company. KTM is going to be the number one ziggity roop up the, oh yeah, man. Yay, go KTM.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it was like, oops, I may have overcooked it.
It was literally
Right?
like the balloon was like.
Yeah. I should have pushed 2,000 on the China button. I pushed 20,000 on the China button instead. Yeah. It's like when you order the wrong thing out of the vending machine.
Hey,
Congratulations
Dad,
on
Mom,
your Lorna Doone.
Mom, Dad, I bought Google.
Google. Whoops. The one share? No, all of it.
No, all of it.
Right. Okay. So here we go. So he says, I love this. Greed, the single biggest reason for corporate demise is corporate greed. Now we're going to get into the deep philosophical shit, and I love this. This is my favorite
boy.
thing. Rajiv breaks down, greed breaks down into 3 forms. Operational greed, which resulted in KTM's overproduction, even after the post-COVID sales spikes settled down, resulting in more than a year's worth of unsold inventory in stock at dealers and distributors. A year's worth of bikes. Unsold out in the world. 200,000 fucking units, right? Whatever. Strategic greed that saw KTM enter the electric bicycle business, and governance greed, where decisions were being made without consulting their partners like Bajaj. This is a problem that isn't caused by 98 or 98% of the KTM employees. This is a problem of the top management of KTM. That's why, quite frankly, most of them are gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's scathing.
We have talked about this with the castle.
Who
and
got the big dick energy now?
the castle and the Norton.
All right.
Right.
Bajaj goes on to explain. I like when they say Bajaj, like, like the company's talking. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, the company is
But it
talking.
is.
The company
Yeah.
is talking.
All right. Okay, stand back. Let Mr. Winchester have the microphone. All right. Right. Bajaj goes on to expand that the headline-grabbing comments he made in September that European manufacturing is dead, he said it was the KTM management that had been presenting to us over the past 10 years that European manufacturing was dead. KTM said that KTM needs to move more and more production to India and China. He said eventually we did move half of the volume to India. And KTM said that the European work culture is dead. Wages are too high and working hours are too few. They showed us graphs comparing to Europe to China and everything to that effect. Bajaj says that from the outside, what we observe is that there's an opportunity to reduce the overheads by more than 50%. Here's the trick. He says the head count. They've already brought the head count down from 6,000 to 4,000 in the past year. And he says, I think that's wrong. I think that was done incorrectly. The Peer group went from 6,000 people to 4,000 people, mostly by getting rid of guys that worked on the line. Bajaj says, in this 4,000 people that are left in the company, only 1,000 of them are blue collar. 3,000 of those people are white collar, and that's very perplexing because it's the blue collar that make the motorcycles. Mm-hmm. In that sense, if some more of the volume is moved out of Mattighofen, where the corporate wiggity wigs are, right? Whether it's to India or otherwise doesn't matter, the impact on the blue collar is going to be insignificant. The issue is going to be with the white collar headcount, which is very expensive. And that's what he's bringing up, is that of the 4,000 people that work there, only 1,000 people are building motorcycles. The other 3,000 people are
administrative,
doing something other than building motorcycles.
Well, one of the things I have issue with is the fact that Bajaj is perfectly aligned to open, just like Volkswagen did in Knoxville, open a factory or keep the factory open in Austria. Mm-hmm. That way they don't have to move manufacturing to India and then suffer all the tariffs and everything else coming. And they already have the bikes in Austria.
When I worked for the city of Cleveland, there were 3 techs, and we had a supervisor, assistant manager, and a manager for 3 people.
For 3 people.
I'm like, what the fuck?
And you have 3 managers
and they
for
were
3 people.
They were like, we're never hiring. Well, we don't want to hire anybody else. We're like, we need more people.
Right. You need more techs. Mm-hmm. You damn sure don't need any more managers.
Right. Hey, Phil, what's the one thing you need more than anything else in the world?
Techs.
More mechanics.
Absolutely. More mechanics.
Yeah.
Right. You can never have enough mechanics.
You can never have enough.
Right. And like they need to be barely touched, barely controlled.
And
let them do what they want to do.
I think it's time Renee either understands she's going to either have to start working on bikes or...
No. Renee is perfectly aligned with exactly where she needs to be.
Yeah.
Because somebody has to manage this bullshit. Yeah.
Because we know Phil's not doing it.
No. Well, Phil, actually, I saw you today changing a carburetor on your snowblower.
On a snowblower. Come on.
And I know.
Why are you working on that shit? You know, you got fucking Johnny McScrappy over here.
Oh, I'll put you on the cock. Come on over, dude.
Come on. Johnny,
Come on over. We're the shop tomorrow from 11 to 6. Stop on by.
Yep, there are 7 lifts back there. Nick has been showing up kind of intermittently, which is fine. It's Nick.
It's wintertime, yeah.
Well, I didn't say I'd work on bikes.
No, come on and work on that snowblower, man.
I have a snowblower outside. It needs a pull start.
Yeah, I promise you. What Bajaj is doing in this situation, I love that they're like, okay, well, you took it from 6,000 to 4,000, but I think you took the wrong 2,000 people out. And he says, when I look around,
management's not going to decide to get rid of their job.
That's right. Damn straight. Right.
And the biggest problem in any field is administrative.
Correct.
You don't need 2,700 administrators.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's an interesting thing. And my feeling about KTM actually gets a lot better after this because I like the idea of somebody going, why the fuck is our company upside down? Like, if one guy can make X number of motorcycles and we have 1,000 of those guys, right? But our goal is to make enough motorcycles to have an impact in the market. Well, then we need to flip that around and we need to have maybe 1/10 as many managers, and let's get a few more guys building bikes.
I don't know who needs to hear this. You need twice as many techs as MBAs.
Yeah, it's fair enough. So it is a big thing. I think that as bad as I felt a year ago when we started hearing about this, talking about like, oh, that's the end of KTM. Yeah. Well, now I'm starting to feel like, no, that's the end of a billionaire. That's the end of that billionaire. Right.
And like on top of that, to back that up, their new bike, the track bike they just released, the R9CR, whatever the fuck the letters are, everybody's raving about it. Like every single dude that got a chance to ride it, the 44 teeth guys.
But I
all
got
the
some
reviewers.
bad news.
What?
I believe him when he says he's going to take a 50% cut to management, staffing, R&D, and even racing. I believe that he's going to. I wouldn't be surprised if he put the brakes on the racing division for a couple of years until they got their shit together.
But this is not a race bike. This is it's a bike you buy just to go to the track.
Right.
Or,
I mean,
it's a street bike too, but like, it's a hell of a track bike.
Right. But I would say that his enthusiasm in putting a bunch of money into those 15 trailers that show up that say KTM on the side, and it cost them $15 million every race to go out and do that, he might, for the time being, he might want to be...
Oh, I can see that, yeah.
Not only can I not spend $15 million, I can sell those trailers. I can sell all that shit up. I can cancel those contracts. Oh,
Hey, Michael Jordan, you want to buy a race team?
One of the...
But you know what? There's several things right now. There's articles out there where several of the bigger companies and big teams are starting to say that these high-end echelons, like, MotoGP and all these different things, are all getting to the point where it doesn't even make financial sense for these companies to even do it anymore.
Well,
they can't sell enough whatever they sell to even make up for the money
This
that they're
might
spending
go
on
back
the
to the
competitive.
early days of racing when it's just rich fucks having fun and killing themselves. That's the end of the day. But Bajaj...
No, that's with their Mars and
well,
stuff. They're all
Bajaj,
racing that way
no,
now.
because you still got a lot of rich people racing cars and motorcycles and everything else. And Bajaj, doesn't really have the culture of race on Sunday, sell on Monday. That's the whole thing, is they don't have to race bikes to sell bikes.
Oh, you get married on Sunday, bike on Monday.
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing, is is KTM selling more because of the race culture? I mean, because off-roading and everything else, which is what KTM is supposed to be doing.
Okay. Right.
Selling dirt bikes and everything else, do you have to still show up and race against Triumph, who's now spending a fortune building a
Okay. Yeah.
off-road bike, or Ducati, or anything else? Does that still sell bikes?
What's
You
that?
got,
Oh no.
yes, no, that's
Too many cheese. Not enough.
he is perfect. That is the perfect statement. So,
Rip.
Yep.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, and he's right. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. All hat, no cattle.
I am curious to see what the justification is for the R&D cut, though. Have they got enough of a roadmap that they don't need very much of it at the moment?
They came out with a whole bunch of new models. So they're
Right,
probably
and
like, we're good.
That's
for
the thing.
5
Are we good
years.
for a little while? Can we get by on what we got?
Well, coming from a mechanic, we have kind of reached the top tier of tech. It doesn't get better.
Right.
That's what every inventor goes. That's what this idiot told me once before I created the newest, coolest thing ever.
Sure, yeah, the single-sided swing arm, the hub-bearing rear
That's
wheel
because
driven.
fucking vortex magnetic swing arms haven't come into existence yet, dude. But once they do, you're gonna be like, shit, that's really cool technology, man.
Absolutely. Once Wi-Fi becomes a thing, hey, transistorized
Dude,
radios, they'll never catch on.
If you were at SEMA this year, you would have seen all the Bluetooth drive shafts on all the big trucks. So that is a thing.
But that's
happens.
kind of the thing. We have reached that pinnacle of, we are going to have a breakthrough. But the reality is, consumer vehicles don't need to be complicated.
Right.
Right.
So
Or do they not anymore?
I just decided for fun I would look up Stéphane Perrier or Perrier
Yeah. Is he broke yet?
and find out what his net worth was
Guillotine.
at its highest point.
Guillotine.
It's not now, but at its highest point. So at its highest point, his net worth was about 1.6 billion personally, with his company being worth at about 3.5 billion. Okay, so if I look up Rajiv Bajaj, if his net worth.
Ooh.
So if I look up Rajiv Bajaj's net worth, his personal net worth is about 6.2 billion.
Sounds about
That's
right.
3 times all of the Perrier Group's
Right.
net worth. That's his personal net worth, whereas the Bajaj family's net worth is about 23.4 billion. So when
That's about $1 per Indian.
when you're talking about the biggest problem you see in corporations is greed, and your company's 23 billion, and the company you just bought out is about 3 billion. Whoa. But that to me is the difference. That's where the guy that's very quiet, standing in the back of the room, wearing the jeans with the holes in them, he might be a billionaire. And that's the Rajiv Bajaj thing. We remember when he took over Bajaj, when he was this wunderkind, this young man that was given the reins to this rather big, rather old company, but it wasn't super technologically superior. It wasn't building anything that didn't have a carburetor. It wasn't building anything that had bigger than 10-inch wheels for the most part, maybe 16s on some of that 180 shit, right? But point being, he's been in charge since 2005, like during the time I've been doing this. And so
The last big vehicle is that before him was the Bajaj Legend.
Right.
Well, I like after the last podcast, what you were talking about because of taxes in this country or whatever. But let's just skip all that. The whole idea of reinvesting in the company.
Correct.
And what's happening with these greedy fuckers is they're taking all the money out of the company, but they're not reinvesting. They're not
correct.
They're not. You know what I mean? They're taking too much out.
This is an easy hit, and I hate taking it, but I'm going to. Elon Musk just got a $1 trillion offer.
Yep.
No, this is not. I mean, I'm not taking the cheap shot here. Elon Musk just got a $1 trillion pay package if he meets certain criteria, and that's
If he
fair.
makes 1 million robots.
Exactly.
Right.
And the reality is, there is no manufacturing company in the entire world that owes anybody $1 trillion.
No.
Oh, and they
Because that literally and I'm not taking a cheap
That is
shot.
so
This,
much, yeah.
this literally is. If you have $1 trillion, the amount of things that you can create, the amount of things you can produce, the amount of people you can employ, the amount of manufacturing you can create is fucking ridiculous. So a singular person to do this thing, that is entirely ego.
How about we don't need Elon Musk? We just need about 20 other people who are close to Elon
Well,
Musk.
well,
I think we can still get 1 million built. Maybe even 2 million.
Conversely,
And
if
they don't need to get $1 trillion each. In fact, they don't need much more than $1 million each.
Conversely, if he decided to employ 27 people who were almost close to him to create an entire
makes them
focus of different things, he can employ them all and spend that trillion
And buy the best.
reinvest that
Buy the
$1 trillion
best,
and create an entire world of, because he even said he wanted to create Starfleet. Cool, go. You got $1 trillion. Do it.
You can do it. Or you could feed everybody.
Absolutely. Well, he tried that.
robots now.
Or give everybody, just
Money.
give everyone,
But
give everyone healthcare and food.
I'm not taking cheap.
I could just say give everyone healthcare and food might be a good start.
I'm not going to take cheap shots at him.
as
He
opposed to
can
$1 trillion
actually
bucks.
create all of the things that he envisions with the money he's going to get.
Bajaj-
instead of just creating wealth.
So we
the
talked about
Cybertrucks are resting.
Cybertrucks
we talked
are
about
rusting.
Superior Group having 6,000 employees. So I was like, okay, 6,000 employees for Superior Group. That's what KTM, was 6,000 employees for all their group. Not that many people worked in the factory, obviously, but for all the things that are called Superior Mobility AG, the 6,000 people. Then I was like, how many people do you think work at Bajaj?
Like 140,000.
2.2 million.
There's
gotta be
There's only what,
insane.
27 billion people in India?
Right.
About 109.
About half of
about
India.
109,000 people.
109, yeah.
About
Just a
100
city.
About
Jeez.
109,000 people.
How
So just like, that's a lot of people. Anything.
What's their parking lot like?
I can't. No, it's obviously it's a lot of buildings.
the entire-
Bajaj Group is a big deal.
Yeah.
I know, it's
Yeah.
big.
Bajaj, and you know how we always joke about General Motors doesn't need to sell cars; they just need to make loans for cars, GMAC financing, and
GMAC,
Ford credit.
Ford Finance. Yeah.
Well, Bajaj has their own too. They are called Bajaj FinServ, like financial services.
Oh.
But I just think it's funny they're called Bajaj FinServ. FinServ. I think that's cool.
Hey,
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Yeah. So it is a funny thing. They were started in 1926 by Jamnalal Bajaj.
I can see Tom meeting that guy and be like, "Would you sign my scooter?"
Oh, absolutely.
Honestly, who wouldn't? I'd be like,
Dude, I have a
sign my tits, something.
The blue Bajaj that's in the warehouse has 42 miles.
I want him to sign the POC pipe.
Exactly.
yeah.
And be like, I ruined your bike for you.
Do you know how
I made people hate your bike.
Do you know how loud and polluting this thing is?
Yeah, I did it.
You're like, "Yes,
Saw me, baby.
it took a lot of engineering to get it that snarly."
Your bike was like, tick, 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 tick. My bike was like, fuck. Yeah.
At 7.
That's it. Sorry, bud. That was it.
The problem is either he's going to have to come here or Phil's going to have to go to Delhi. And
I'm not.
Phil
That ain't
does
gonna
not
happen.
like going back to India.
It is not gonna. There's a pretty low chance of me going back to India at this point. So just letting everyone know that. But it is a very interesting thing when you think about. Okay, well, you kind of shines a little bit of light on when somebody says, okay, KTM got those 200,000 bikes that they couldn't sell because of their partnership with CF Moto. The Chinese. That's how they ended up in the position they're in. Mm-hmm. Those extra couple of 100,000 bikes, they weren't built in India. Those extra 100,000 bikes were built in China. And now that Bajaj owns them, how long do you think that relationship's going to be with CF Moto?
It doesn't even exist. Right?
well, no.
Right.
From a-
because we know in our country, CF Moto, but KTM and CF Moto are now no longer allowed to say each other's names.
From a
Right.
business standpoint, worldwide,
Right.
Bajaj and CF Moto together would be unstoppable.
Well, yeah.
Like if those two went, you know what, we can work this out.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you do...
Like they'll buy Ford next week.
why not? Right?
Exactly.
I mean, it's so to looking at that, and we're saying if KTM retains their relationship with CF Moto, and they develop the relationship with Bajaj to the numbers that they could, it would not be out of the question to see 200 different motorcycles at a dealership that all say KTM on the side or Bajaj on the side or CF Moto on the side, and they're all being sold under the same roof.
You know, that's the thing.
And we were talking about earlier about how many parallel twin 650s does a human really need? Yeah. Because you'd be like, okay, in our 5,000 square foot showroom over here, we have all of our parallel twin 450s.
Yeah, right. We have the Cove, the
you know, I was talking to somebody earlier about BYD and how big BYD is outside of the United States.
Bring your dick.
It's build your
It
dreams.
is build your dreams.
BYD Energy.
No. So okay,
the electric subsidiary of
so hey Phil,
BYD.
hey Phil, our monitor up here that says TCL.
Yeah.
What does TCL stand for?
But dude,
I don't know.
the
that
creative,
sounds like
the creative life.
The
that
creative
sounds
life,
like a booty call text. BYD, bring your dick.
BYD.
Yes.
BRB.
Outside of America,
BYD.
that is the fastest growing car company in the world.
Wow.
So when you talk about CF Moto, who's becoming the fastest growing motorcycle company in
Yes.
the world,
Yeah.
and Bajaj, who is like right there at their heels, they would be unstoppable as a team.
Ooh.
Hey, Tom, that's for you right there.
What's that?
ATM cheat talk.
Well, the KTM.
So-
well, it'll be orange.
So
Oh, we got to do that. I mean, because we got to shitbox a G-Tac around, right?
oh yeah.
Do it in
yeah.
orange and black with KTM.
So-
Full
Yeah.
KTM
Get the
livery.
badges.
So that the new Italjet Velocifero that we saw a couple of weeks ago, it kind of looked like that.
That's the problem. Is Velocifero is its own company now. It's not an Italjet.
Oh God!
So Velocifero is its own company now. It's no longer a product
What
of
is
Italjet.
is the Italjet Cruiser Special?
There's a
What's
bunch
that?
of them. Yeah, there was a
That
bunch
weird
of them.
thing with the
That was the
scoops and the
It's
the
like they
Italjet
did-
Roadster.
It's like they did the reverse of your
Roadster.
AMG.
Yeah,
Like AMG
right.
gets absorbed in, but they're on their own.
Right.
Well, I think it was a name that had re-entered into.
Yeah, because we were at the booth at the AIM Expo, and we wandered across the Italjet booth, and we wandered across the Italjet booth, fully expecting, or it wasn't the Italjet? I'm sorry, it was the Italjet Velocifero booth. So we were like, oh, the booth is called Velocifero. I fully expected to walk in there and see a bunch of Velociferos.
Half a Cheetah with the
Right. That wasn't
Really
what was in there.
So coming soon.
Yes.
This is perfect. Coming soon.
Right.
Sean is going to turn this with me into a soap opera where we're going to react all the motorcycle controversies, like what company split with this company,
Right.
who's
Oh my
working
gosh.
with this company, but it'll be done in like a novella type situation.
Joan Collins
yeah.
Dynasty will have the.
This is
shoulder
like
pads.
Dallas.
Or Dallas.
This is
yeah.
like Dallas, yeah.
No, it's totally
Oh,
a
who shot
novella.
Who shot Mr. Bajaj?
Yeah.
I can tell you who shot Perrier.
Yeah.
It was Mr. Bajaj.
Oh no.
I think that was a self-inflicted wound.
Well, I mean, wait. The point is, when they were all wondering which one of the European companies was going to come in and save them, nobody put money on Bajaj except
No.
for Tom. Tom was the only
I'm
one that
in.
said, or Bajaj just goes in and buys it all.
I did. I remember.
I remember
Holy
too.
shit.
Tom was the only one that said,
Well-
or Bajaj just goes in and buys them all.
If you're seeking legitimacy in a Western culture,
Yeah.
you need a name, and
Yeah.
Bajaj is not it.
Bajaj is not it.
That's why they
do you
stuck it
think-
on Husqvarna.
Do you think
and-
though that a frame made out of dirt floor is going to be able to?
No,
I'm
dude,
kidding.
no,
I'm kidding. Fucking
the
do
new
60s.
factory's pretty fly.
I know. I heard.
Well,
it's
no,
pretty
we
cool.
were talking about
Bring
the
it up on
Royal.
the big screen.
Last week we talked about the Royal Enfield reinvestment,
Yeah, okay. Just need
Oh,
to see
yes.
that real quick.
Hello,
and in
lover.
and in 3 more years, Royal Enfield's going to buy Triumph. So
Right.
I would reverse cowboy that bike.
Yes, I would reverse cowboy that bike as well. Yeah, I definitely.
Wow.
and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the KTM
Yeah.
Cheetah.
Yep.
You got me, bud. You got me there, Sean.
That's one of those. Of all the stories from EICMA that had fucking wheels, right? Of all the stories from EICMA that just kept delivering, the Italjet Roadster 400 is the one that it's just like, even the people at Italjet on their Facebook, on their social media is like, we can't believe it, man. People are still, the phone won't stop ringing. Like,
Oh, the
apparently,
switchboard's really lighting up.
apparently we tapped into a nerve, and now they're like, shit, we thought everybody's going to go bonkers for the dragster. We had no idea people were going to lose their minds over the fucking roadster.
Yeah, but see, I can't unsee the fucking printing supports that are underneath the front of the seat.
Well, when the T-Max 500 first came out, everybody was like, "Holy shit,
You
that's
have
a fucking amazing
You break
thing."
those out when you get it.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Right.
like, that's the only way they
Yep.
that's the only way they could get the top rail just printed up there.
You know what
like
you do?
that.
You print out some that look like glass bulbs, glass
fillers?
vessels
Yeah.
with little bulbs in it.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's liquid in there and that the liquid is bubbling like those old
yeah,
Christmas tree
yeah,
ornaments.
Oh, yeah.
Like the old 50s Christmas tree ornaments.
That's very
Or for
They
like.
make
you,
it like,
Phil.
Young Frankenstein. Blah, 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 blah,
For
blah.
you, I could see you putting like the front of a skeleton at the front of it and having the arms coming out, like the skeleton's holding like this,
yeah.
back behind like that.
This kind of looks like this guy.
Yeah,
yeah.
right. I just love it. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Again, don't give a damn. I don't care. I'm riding it.
Well,
I
you're
like
not
it.
going to wheelie it with that back
Don't
tire
care.
150
Don't want to
feet
wheelie
behind
it.
you.
Don't want to wheelie it. Don't want to do anything on it except be like, man, if I'd have had this 25 years ago. Yeah, I just like it. I think it's a super cool bike. Yep, the Italjet Roadster 400.
5 years from now is going to be a real interesting time to be alive.
Well, yeah, when these fuckers land, right? Yeah. It'll be a shame I'll be 60 and too old to enjoy it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, don't
That's-
talk
that's
about
not
like
fair.
that. That's
I
not
know,
gonna
it's
happen.
it's
I'm
so
gonna keep
fucking
going
rough.
until I'm broken.
Yeah, well, I have to. I have
I'm in
financial
it too
commitments.
much. Yeah.
I'm too
I'm in
wrapped
too
up.
deep.
Yeah, I've budgeted myself 5 years to sell off my warehouse. So, yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah, that might be the way. That might be the way. Sell off the entire warehouse and just be like, well,
Wait, the way you keep buying bikes,
I know. Fuck me running. God damn it! I got a Rebel 500 the other day. Yeah, a Rebel
Yep.
500.
You needed that.
Right? Right. Yeah. Yeah.
no, we
Spent $2,000 on it. For
Oh.
a yeah.
so
I thought somebody gave it to you.
No, I had to buy it.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
So I had to buy it. I got a Rebel 500, 2018
Is
or
that the
whatever
top
the hell it is.
hat one, or the you know what I'm saying, with the hat gas tank? Is that the top hat? That's what I call it, but it looks like the gas tank's wearing a hat.
So this
like a
speaks,
hard hat.
This literally speaks to the fact that this is a buyer's market.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever your heart's desire right now is affordable.
Yeah, it really is. And this bike is like a brand new bike. I mean, it's 3,000 miles. It looks fresh.
It's a newer one.
Yeah.
It needed what? The battery charged up, the tires fluffed.
Here's the weird thing: was the battery wasn't like you said.
Yeah.
It's a
Z.
It's a Z battery,
Yeah.
which they just seem to last.
No.
So of course this thing is murdered out black. It's got a little windshield on it. It's got a sissy bar on it. It's it's as good as one of these can look, I suppose. Right? It's just what it is. But
I'm sure it's a very nice.
went and looked at
sensible
it.
bike.
It was just in perfect shape. And again, for a fuel-injected motorcycle with less than 3,000 miles on it, $2,000 is not too much money to pay.
And well, okay, two things. Number one, I'm going to start wheeling all of my bikes to the curb because fuck it, I might as well just do that.
Right.
Because you just get everything.
Oh,
And two, as you've told me, as it gets colder up here, people are like, I don't want this in my garage anymore. The battery's dead.
Two of
I
those
can't get
phone
it
calls today.
running. Yeah.
yeah, 2 of those phone calls today.
And
Absolutely.
it's
No,
just
right before Christmas up here, 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
That's when you go fucking. If you're looking to buy a bike, hit the
Hit
fucking
Facebook.
marketplace.
Hit Facebook Marketplace and start making offers.
There's dads. I was one of these people a bunch of years ago when I had my own business and I couldn't get this fucking giant account to pay me. It was 2 weeks before Christmas. I hadn't been paid in 3 months because it was like a $30,000 account, right?
Right.
And they were fucking around, and it was like one of those things like, I'm going to go into fucking holidays with my kid not even having a
Broke.
present. You know what I mean?
just broke.
And I did the work, too.
Yeah.
So that's when you're like, fuck, what do I got in the garage I can flip?
Oh, hell yeah.
well. So Becky has been talking about getting a camper for a very long time. I said, wait.
Right.
I said, wait. Yeah. This week there have been about 5 or 6. Because I want a little shorty camper. I don't want anything big. I want enough to be able to support us at Mid Ohio and band camp and everything else. Where it's got a little shower and a little bathroom, but it's got a huge kitchen because that's what we do.
Just want a kitchen with a bathroom.
Team grilled cheese sluts.
Right. Yeah. That's what you want to do.
And this week, there have been more 15-foot campers than I have seen all year for like $4,000. I've been like, yep, now it's time to buy. But the problem is, where do you store it?
Where do you put it? Yeah.
That's why they're for
And that's
sale.
why they're for sale.
They're for sale. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Facebook Marketplace is just straight up bonkers right at this particular moment. I've never seen, like, they waited for this month for the truly weird shit to come out. Every snowmobile that you sit in, not on, and I didn't even know these things fucking existed, where you sit inside the snowmobile and it has 2 tracks, one on each side on the back,
the old school dude.
and like two skis in the front. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing.
Oh, I forget what the name.
They always
is,
have like the
but-
one that looks like a train in the front with like a one little headlight. in the
Yeah,
middle.
they're crazy
Yeah.
looking.
Choo-choo.
But they are there's 3 of them on Facebook Marketplace right now for under $3,000 a piece.
Have you seen them run? They're very anticlimactic.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Yeah, there's
it's
not
the
a-
340cc thing, and it's
If
twice
I
as
wanted
wide.
another snowmobile, like my old snowmobile that I had,
Right.
they're $500 a piece all day. There's so many.
and that thing
500
was so fucking insane.
Yeah, I could get actually a newer one for $500.
Right.
Dude,
That's what I was gonna
squeezing
say.
the throttle on yours though, this old school looking like, is this thing gonna run? And then all of a sudden you squeeze the throttle and your fucking nose is like 4 feet in the air, the back is barely on the ground, and you're like, Jesus fucking
What
Christ.
just happened?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that thing was amazing.
It's just become whatever it happened this week, where Facebook just got shit blown up with like checker cabs and like all kinds of just weird fetishy
Clean out
vehicles.
the garage for the
It's
winter.
that-
It is. Yeah. It's
It was
liquidate.
that
I got to try to
first-
fit everything inside.
That first
right.
little snow that we got. Because it did. It snowed for like one night.
Right.
And it's supposed to snow like tonight, but I think we're supposed to be back up to 60 again.
Yeah, by Friday, I think,
And
something like that.
so, but that first little, oh shit, I got to cram everything into the garage. Everybody went, oh shit, we got to get rid of this.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely hilarious how people are just liquidating, and I'm having all the calls.
Oh,
Like-
go buy a boat. or a
Everything
jet
must
ski
go.
Right now.
Oh, I'm gonna send you all the houseboats I've been finding. Oh, there's so many houseboats right
Ugh.
now. Everything you can imagine in the form of a houseboat is for sale right now. So I'm gonna send them all to John and just make his life hell.
you know how
I've been looking at shallow drafters, and it's just like these flat bottoms where they build a house on.
Oh, believe me. Yep.
Dude, so here's my question. If you had a pontoon boat, why couldn't you strap a snowmobile to the back of it and cruise around in the winter?
Why not?
Right?
Right? Why not?
I was like, that seems like a good
this
idea.
sounds like something you should try this year.
I'm thinking about it, man. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I think that's way. I think that's
I'm just
right.
waiting for you to show any enthusiasm for another snowmobile.
Well, there's no snow. That's the fucking problem.
There was last year. There was.
So
lots
this
of
is the
snow.
one I'm getting for Mecklefresh. You want to throw this up?
Yeah.
I'm just calling it the Pussy Posse.
Oh yeah.
The Passe Partout. The Partout.
You don't
Dude,
need snow for
That's
that.
straight out of Doctor
The
Who.
Passe
Dude,
Partout.
Dude, I want that from Mid-Ohio.
Would also reverse cowgirl that one.
I love the barber chairs circa 1958.
I am putting a tiki hut on top of that. and
Oh,
Is
mobile,
that as
mobile
big as
tiki.
it
Right.
looks? Like,
Brrr.
I have to know, is it as big as it looks?
I don't know.
Like,
There's
are
one
those
way to
chairs-
find out. Who
Like
can
those
tell?
chairs are weird because
It
it
looks
looks
the
like
size
they're
of a
huge.
car.
That's
Yeah.
got to be like $300, right?
I have no idea, but it's got a tax stamp from 2022 on the side, so it ran when parked.
Oh
it does
my
say
God.
Pussy Posse on the side of
It
it.
says pussy.
Passe.
It says pussy part out. Is what it
Passe
does.
part two.
They've already said
That was partour. That was pre-parkour.
It's got a 4.4W. It's got a 440 CCW motor in it, so that's nice.
Got a
You know,
440
Carry
wedge.
and
Right.
shield.
That's good. It's air cooled.
It's
Means
air-cooled.
I
you
remember
don't
when-
need snow. You can ride it any time of the year.
It's got
Exactly.
a 440 wedge motor. What?
I remember when this was a side
it's got
character
different
in
little
Thomas the
hoods.
Tank Engine.
Oh, I remember this. There was a
Wait, when you said engine, it has a lawnmower engine.
No,
Yes.
it has
Well,
a
it's an air-cooled.
twin cylinder 442 stroke.
Where?
Right.
Oh, I thought it was.
That's the bottom. Yeah.
Variators.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
I
So
remember-
anyway, but
yeah.
anyway, that's what it is, and it's fucking it's fucking bonkers, is what it is. And
Think about the paint job.
oh Mike, I would leave it exactly the way it is.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with that thing. That is perfect, just how it is.
except
man.
for the
Like,
thatch
look at
roof
that.
that goes on
Yeah,
top.
fair.
Yeah, that's perfect, just the way it is.
Yes.
Yep, and they got the things on the slide where your husky dogs can sleep. You know,
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
that look good if you had a husky dog just sleeping on the side there as you're kind of going along over the snow?
Or someone in
Right.
Great Princess Leia drag.
Yes, this
No,
thing
no,
should
no, no.
own-
This is
Princess
a
Leia
this
slave
is a
drag.
Flash Gordon thing the whole
It
way.
is a Flash
Okay.
Gordon thing. Yeah, I
Fly
agree.
my Hawkman, fly.
Who wants to live forever? Yeah, I think this thing's badass. So that was like, I saw that and I was just like, Mecklefresh. Mecklefresh needs this. This is a Mecklefresh transportation system if ever I saw
If
one.
that had like a
Boy, I can
three-wheeler
tell
on it.
you, from hauling a snowmobile around, now imagine getting that thing on a trailer.
Oh,
and
this
everything.
is going to need to be a big white flat trailer.
Flatbed.
Yeah, this is going to. This thing impresses me as being at least 6 feet wide. Yeah, yeah. But in any case, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, you could make it to a hovercraft and it would be dope as fuck.
I think
At first,
it's-
that's what I thought it
I
was.
think it's just perfect the way it is right
Just
now.
make it work. If you can make that work, make that work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I want that to be? Push button reliable.
Yeah.
That's what I want that to be. I want that to be push button reliable with a trailer hitch on the back.
And you're gonna your best bet. You're gonna be lucky to get pull start
Right.
reliable.
I want it to be push button reliable. Yep. The fact that it came with an extra set of tracks tells me somebody's already dumped way too much money into it.
Oh well.
And they've got the extra tracks and now they're giving up.
The problem is the extra tracks are slightly better than the shitty tracks. You know what I mean?
The,
Like,
Right.
the ad
They're
starts
still
out-
old.
there's nothing new about
Right.
anything.
The ad starts
and
with,
it's
"Do
like
you
a
know how
Harley.
much
You have to take
fucking
the
money
whole back
I have
end apart
dumped
to
into
change the
this?"
belt.
Oh, yeah.
So it's too much to do.
Yeah, I just like
It's like the 6x6 amphibious that everybody has and always ends up on market.
everyone's like, oh look, yeah.
It just needs a motor.
Suspend it from the ceiling somehow.
Yes, exactly.
Get up underneath it and start tearing everything.
It would make a
apart.
good coin ride.
It would make a damn good coin ride. It doesn't go anywhere. Just
Boing, boing, boing.
Yep, just put it on a trailer and make it bounce up and down a little bit.
Sean's
It'd be
like,
great.
reverse cowgirl again.
Oh yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah. I like
Lord.
that. Yeah.
Hey, John, reach behind your head.
The only thing
No.
I'm about ready to reverse cowgirl your nose with a fart.
Well, hey, by the way, I think we're going to start getting fined by the FCC.
Yeah, we're running
soon.
too long.
We're not on the
Yeah,
FCC.
All right. So, hey guys, that was it. That was our Tuesday night podcast. We don't do it often, but when we do it with less people. So please remember to ride fast and take chances. Get us out of here, Johnny Mac.
Play us out of here,
Play
Johnny
us out of here,
Mac.
Johnny Mac. Sorry.
Hey, Johnny Mac. please.
It doesn't feel right on a Tuesday.
We don't have an outro, so I'm just going to play the news.
All right,
thing.
eject. Get us out of here, sleep.
Bye.